Already hit live. Yo, yo, yo. What's crack-a-lacking, everybody? Huh?
So we're back, man. It's Halloween.
We're back. We are back. This is it's like a freestyle Wednesday. We're just gonna chill, hang out, and talk shop, whatever comes up. We got Nick Kligensmith here with us. He's gonna give us an update on how the month went for him in the Men Wear Pink campaign for the American Cancer Society. And as always, we have Mr. I want to say as always, but as almost always, we have Mr. Dickinson with us. So yeah, we're gonna hang out and just have a good time. So pop a top. Well, hold on. Sit back, relax, pop a top, and enjoy this very special Lounge-O-Ween. That was so the wrong video. Completely the wrong video. We're gonna redo this. That was bad, bro. Oh, golly, look, dude, I'm telling you, man. All right, welcome to take 2 of the Lounge-O-Ween. As soon as this video uploads, we will get this show on the road. Father Freight, it's so good to see you again. I just want to let you know that.
It's good to be back. It is damn fun to be back. Thou shalt make 70% rippers always.
Happy Lounge-O-Ween, everybody.
Better.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Better. Nailed it. Mic drop. Dude. How's everybody doing? Mr. Kligensmith, how you doing, man?
Man, number one, I think I'm having some buffering issues, so we're going to have to watch that again later. But am I there?
You are.
You are here.
Hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. So, yeah, number one, that. Number two, man, it was actually hard today because I knew y'all were going to dress up, and I love Halloween, and I have a awesome selection of costumes, but more importantly was to rock this today. So nothing was really going to work out. I actually kind of regret that I didn't think in advance of this because, as you'll see tomorrow when I post a couple pictures, in 2019, I was flying to New York for the marathon, and it was Halloween, and I really wanted to dress up. So I just let my hair grow just a little bit longer, and then I shaved my shave to look like Tony Stark. And I got these glasses. Everybody kept looking. They're like, "Oh my God, you look just like Iron Man." You'll see the picture tomorrow. You'll be like, "Holy shit!" So I should have rocked that, but I didn't think about it far enough in advance, and it takes me like a month and a half to grow that much facial hair. That's like 6 lifetimes for me that you got going on there, Jeff.
That's funny.
Well, that sure looks great, man. Glad you had a good time at that event.
Well, I've been getting props on this shirt in the most random ass places too. Cause I mean, when I wear it, I wear it. I've been wearing pink every day. And so like, you seen it at the Buck Stadium the other day. So some people who probably don't even know what logistics is were like, "Oh my God, what's the logistics lounge? That's great." And so that was a lot of fun. And of course it's a family friendly event. And I forgot about all the people behind me, but oh well, cancer deserves all 4 letters. So it is what it is. But no, man, it's been getting a lot of props.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Dude, that's awesome, man. That's incredible, bro. That event looked cool. I don't think you sent me that picture of you at the top of the stadium with the sea of pink. You didn't send me that one. So
oh no, I didn't. I will. Yeah, that was because it was cool. Like I didn't really know what this was. I knew it was a walk. I didn't know if we just walk around the place, whatever. So turns out it was about like a 5K, type of situation. And as you're going up the stadium, you look behind you, and I don't know how many people, but I imagine thousands were all just miles of thousands of pink shirts just flooding their way in. It was like a river of Pepto-Bismol.
Nice.
That's
I'll find that video here in a minute, though.
You do. You need to find it and then and send it to me. We'll throw it up on screen and let's find out how Mr. Dickinson's doing. Jeff Dickinson, everybody, the Bodacious Cowboy.
Never gets old, but I love it.
It never does. It never does get old. And we are never changing that video when we're all talking to you from your nursing home room. We're going to still be playing that video. And then it's going to fit. It's going
as long as I can talk, I'll be all right.
That's it, bro. That's it. How are you doing, Jeff? It's good to see you.
You know what? I was doing pretty shitty at the beginning of this week, as you could tell from my voice, but yeah, I got the bug, man, on Friday down there in Fort Worth late on Friday afternoon. I was not the only one. And man, the weekend sucked so bad. And then, got the meds. I felt a little better yesterday, and I'm still not out of the woods. So I don't know how long I'll be on this podcast today because I can break out in a wicked ass cough, man, any second, which sucks. So. But otherwise, hey, I'm here. I'm alive. It's a good day. What's happening with you, gents?
That's good, man. How'd you like the Broker Carrier Summit?
Man, I love the Broker Carrier Summit, man. I support them wholeheartedly. It's getting better and better every year. Let me back up. Over the last 18 months, I didn't go to the first one, but this is my third one. And what I have seen over that time frame in let's see, 18 months. So, oh shit, that's 12 months, three events. It's outstanding. It's just unbelievable how many people are starting to catch on, and that this grassroots movement, because that's exactly what it is growing at such a high rate of speed. And the best thing about it, and I've been to many, many events over my career, there's absolutely no selling. There's no boost. I keep on saying this. I mean, you guys were there. There's no pressure. You walk down and people coming up to you, hey, let me take a picture, shake your hand. What do you do? Where do you work? It's just such a collaborative.
And every single one of these business cards came after a good 30-minute conversation, just about, and it wasn't any selling. It just came across as like
I got the same thing, and I sent out an email today apologizing because I usually get back to people ASAP, but when you're feeling like shit, it was like, why would I want to talk to somebody, and why would someone want to talk to Mr. Froggy? I mean, you know what I mean? It's just
dedication, man.
And I apologize. I really want to make a relationship with them. I think that they can help me out, and vice versa, because, like I said to them in the email, once you're in my corral, I'll take care of you, man. You're part of the family. I know how to treat carriers, and, I just want that in return. So, yeah, I can't wait to talk to them towards the end of the week.
Absolutely.
What did you think? Let's
I lied about the video.
You lied?
I can't find the video. I lied.
What a dirtbag.
I'm saying, kick him off.
So what about you guys? What's your perspective on it? Being that it was your first show, what are your thoughts? I mean, generalized.
So being like, this was like our Pedro and I's first non-truck show, but I've been to like some local happy hours and stuff, and it is kind of salesy. But Broker Carrier Summit, like you said, it's really just conversating and educating. There's no booths, nobody's like forcing themselves on anybody. Like shit, half the time I'd be talking to somebody, it's like 10 minutes later, like, what do you even do? Right. So really just talking about the market, and what people are experiencing, and I don't know, just a lot of brainstorming, a lot of good ideas floating around. Like that first night, Wednesday, the buzz in that building was something I have not felt in a very long time. So BCS is something special. And obviously, there's a lot of haters out there. And, I'll talk to Robert Bain about this right before we left. I was like, it's just one of those things, we can put, rainbows and unicorns and stickers and glitter and, make it look all pretty, but you cannot put the BCS into words. It is one of those things truly that you have to go and experience for yourself.
Agreed.
And like I said, man, if I had the money to do it, I would pay for someone to go that was a non-believer in it, because I believe in it that much.
Yeah.
And it's just the beginning. It is only 2 years in. What, 4 shows? Was that the fourth show?
Yeah, 18 months. 18 months.
Think about that, dude. Like, and the stories I've heard, man, getting to meet Millennial Trucker from X, he got his book of business from BCS.
Yeah, think about it though. 63 people that went to the first show in Indy, right? To 494, right? Like 17 months later. I mean, talk about substantial growth, by just word of mouth, until you go there, until you feel it, see it, work it, listen to what's being said and what's being learned and the knowledge that's being shared as well. You have no idea how good this show is.
Absolutely. And some of the individuals, I won't name any names, but some of the individuals that did show up, and I thought they would have been in there just going to raise hell and, point fingers and shit, but no. People sitting down, having conversations and, really meeting in the middle on things, because shit, unless you talk about it, nothing's going to get resolved. If you complain about it and just, woe is me, not shit's going to happen.
Yeah, like Steve Tolano just said, the energy is addictive. It is.
Yes.
He was on my panel. I must say, one of the best panels that was there at the BCS.
The best panel.
And I'll tell you what, what we did was beyond passion. It was real. It was what needed to be said and heard. And there was a lot of people that weren't there that didn't hear it. And now we know it's not a priority, but it will be in Indy, and we're going to make shit happen because that was ridiculous. That told us something that we didn't want to hear, and that's terrible. So,
yep. John, what's going on, brother? I thought you were Canter down there for a minute.
Hey, I had to do something. It's the night before Halloween. My anniversary is tomorrow. Might as well be silly for one night.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Happy
Nick, is
brother.
that actually a costume? You're wearing a shirt? Is that your costume this year?
I would be rocking a costume, and I will tomorrow. But I mean, come on, I am repping the Logistics Lounge and fucking Cancer with all our might. So
Yeah, fuck cancer.
right. I don't call it so much a shirt as like a cape. All right, that wasn't funny. I tried.
Yeah, but you have a right to wear it, sir. So,
Yep.
absolutely.
I appreciate that. It's a good cause.
And it's crazy. And it's crazy what a single T-shirt can do.
True.
Things can go a long way.
It's
We won't
funny,
get
man,
into
because that little series that Cleary and I put together with the little videos making fun of like certain personalities or whatever, and the Pit Slapper. One of the ones we're going to do coming up is the collaborator, the person who's always asking you to collaborate, like whatever the hell that means. But this has been a collaboration, and its tentacles have spread really quickly.
It's good.
And the whole cause, we've got everything from the actual fundraising to awareness, and awareness is important. Not everybody can give money all the time. So spreading the awareness helps. It just helps, and then for me, I'm the guy who has to I'm point to point asking people for money one at a time. And without the support, without the good vibes, without that community part of it, it sucks. But with that, it's like the easiest thing in the world because it's all about the cause. It's all about the mission. And I'm not doing it alone.
Here's a fact, and everybody will agree with this, okay? It always takes a catastrophic event to change a person's mind. They may be against it. They may not want to sponsor it. They may not want to fund it or even talk about it until it hits one of their family members. And when it hits their family member, and they're the first ones, like cry wolf, and then they want to be heard. It's like well, why didn't you think about this back then where other people were hurting that really needed your support, but you weren't there for them, but you want them there for you? You know, that's the kind of mentality that people should always have in their mind, being proactive and looking at the what ifs if it happened to them or one of their family members. I say it all the time.
I almost had to turn them down when they asked me to be an ambassador for Men Wear Pink, just the timing of which was, I was coming up with all the excuses. And then I talked to a friend of mine, guy I used to play on the beach with, like, God, 30 years ago. And he's got cancer, and I don't even want to say the word, so I'm not going to, but there's nothing I can do to help him. And this was about an hour after I told my contact at the American Cancer Society that I'll think on it and get back to her. And I'm like, I can't help him, but that doesn't mean I can't do something. And some things are just more important than the why nots. So I immediately called her back and was like, fuck it, let's go. I'll find the time. Cancer's not going anywhere. So every effort matters.
It does.
And if nothing else, it helps me. It does. It helps me. And this is how I overcome, this is how I overcome my own illness and how I get through my own experience.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I hear you, man. I hear you.
All right.
Gentlemen, doing a good thing.
But before we go on, and I also want to say, sorry if my audio's fucked up. I had a really difficult day and did not get to play and test out my new toys. So, if I sound really crazy, then I don't know what is wrong. No. So yeah, just want to put that out there. But let's get the sponsor stuff out of the way, and then we can continue, because I know Nick's got some good stuff and I want to continue this conversation, but we got to kind of pay some bills first. So Freight Ninja. And we want to give some love to our sponsor that sent us to the Broker Carrier Summit, Freight Validate. Dale, we cannot thank you enough for everything that you did for Father Freight and I while we were there at the summit. It was absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, and we look forward to collaborating on the next one. All right, there we go. Continue, gentlemen. Sorry, Jeff, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to get that out of the way before we got too far in.
No. Nick, as you were saying, go ahead. Nick.
Oh God, where did we leave off? Good cause, nib high football rules. Now I'll say something because I was thinking about it earlier too, and why I think this gives me more personal fulfillment too. Is I have lost people to breast cancer, but I have not been dramatically affected specifically by breast cancer. This isn't about me. And that's something that feels a little bit better too, if that makes any sense. I don't know how to describe that feeling, but it gives me a little bit more fulfillment, because giving back is about sacrifice. I mean, whether or not you're giving up your time, whether or not you're giving up your money, your energy, and that's why I mean it when I ask people for donations. Yes, of course I want donations, but I gladly take shares and reposts, and if nothing else, man, just good vibes. Because I don't know if you haven't, you actually should check this out, because it was a pretty good 5 minutes. But I spoke to the American Cancer Society at a fundraiser back in May, And I just gave a 5-minute speech where I talked about how the mission was important to me and about the first time I was diagnosed. But the main theme that I really understand, because everyone has their own cancer journey and perspective and experience, but I know how alone it feels to hear you have cancer for the first time. And it does feel alone. And I figure if nothing else, when I just ask for good vibes, like to know that I'm not alone, or to let other people know that they're not alone, I think that's something that's really important. And that's why, honestly, I love when I race. Like this weekend, I'm doing the Savage Race in Dade City, and
Cool.
I'll be taking the Sharpie and writing "fuck cancer" across my chest. And throughout the day, random ass people are going to tell me about their journeys, their triumphs, their loved ones. And some of this, I mean, this could be in the middle of the race, like under barbed wire, and somebody's all going to suddenly like lean over and start telling me about their aunt or something like that. And you just got to figure, if they're telling me, it's because they feel they just have to tell someone. And so if nothing else, to let people, even the loved ones, know that they aren't alone, I think is a cause worth taking up.
So, hey, Nick, I want to tell you, man, that whole fuck cancer thing is it's a powerful deal, man. And you know, people I feel resonate with it. Even though it's a dirty word in the beginning, like I think the context, people, like I said, it resonates, folks, man. When I was at the Broker Carrier Summit, dude, I told you I wore that shirt, a pair of blue jeans, and some freaking snakeskin boots, and I got stopped by so many people about that shirt, the back of it, the fuck cancer part, man, you know. And of course, you know, every time I told him, I said, yeah, man, you know, we made this for our friend Nick. You know, he's a 4-time cancer survivor, you know, gave him your little story and stuff. And you coincidentally even ran into a customer of yours, bro. Like, how crazy was that? Ran into someone. He's taught me, he's like, I've seen that shirt one other time in the last week and a half. I was like, yeah.
I told you I was going to at least wear it on the way there.
Yeah, bro, dude. That thing was so funny, man. When he was like, I'm gonna text Nick right now, and I was like, all right. And he's like, can we take a picture? I said, yeah. And he's like, I'll tell Nick you said hi. I said, no. I said, you tell him. I said, fuck you, Nick. I said, because that's the only way he's gonna know you actually talked to me. Because
like, of all the gin joints, man, like I had just been there literally a week before. I spoke to their team, and you know, like I said, I'm not Goggins, but I'm comfortable with the F word, and not everybody is. So I kind of asked for clearance on that, and was advised it may be frowned upon. So out of respect for my hosts, I changed my shirt for the presentation. I wore a different pink shirt. But I mean, I told you, I still wore this on the way there. I wanted to make sure I got pictures at the airports, at the hotel, at blah, 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 like, and just tag all of it. So it was actually really cool that out of the 5 people that I know that know me, 2 of them run into each other.
it was surreal, man. It was and it was cool, man. He was a very nice guy too. You know, we stood there and talked outside the summit for, I don't know, probably 10 minutes or whatever, man. So it's just, but man, small world though, right? You know, like crazy small world, dude.
What I like about their team is and you know, they were just, man, I was as jazzed up as they were. Just, and that guy, man, he fires his team up, and he's just he is that excited about his company and what they're doing. Like, and you just know that when you're in the room, like you've been in that room before. You just talked about the energy of the BCS, like you know that vibe, and it's like here's a motivational speaker who would like to speak there, but I guarantee you, I'd be the one getting motivated at the same time, you know. And that's what it is to be in like a group like that. So you just, I don't know, man. Like I told Cleary earlier, just good people connecting to good people doing good things.
That's what it's all about, bro. It is. And it is connections, networking, man, and finding ways to make shit happen. So, hey, Nick, how was the campaign, man? Like, did you only do the event that you did last week at the with the Tampa Bay Stadium and stuff, or in Tampa Bay, or did you do other stuff? Like, tell us what happened.
Most of my fundraising efforts are just point to point. So you see a lot of the social media campaign, obviously a lot of the posting. But I get a decent amount of donations from, again, just kind of putting out posts, but usually it's person to person. So I'll then send out a message to every single person, whether it be in my network or any sucker who happens to like one of my posts where I mention Men Wear Pink. They get a message from me asking them for a donation. It's how I used to fundraise for Boston and for New York and for Chicago and stuff like that. Here's the downside of, and I don't want to make excuses, but I lost about 10 days of internet access in power this month. So that hurt for a couple reasons, because I was kind of building momentum. I mean, with your guys' support and also the other couple people who donated some shirts and stuff too, like I was building the momentum leading up to it. And then all of a sudden I'm going radio silent for like 4 days. And then it's like, okay, we're digging out of the storm and I need to try to fundraise. Oh, guess what? Another fucking hurricane. And now I lose power for the next 4 days. So the efforts haven't stopped, and they're not going to, even though the month Pinktober, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, ends tomorrow. My breast cancer fundraising will not. My fundraising page says 2,500. I committed to 1,500. I mean, I'm sorry, to 5,000. I'm at a lowly 1,500. So I'm not going to stop till we get there. And I'll tell you what, if we're not there by the end of the year, I'll probably start doing some other cool fundraising ideas and stuff like that too. In the past, I've done things like football squares and whatnot, but so we got some ways to go, man. There was some disruptions, but you know what? Like, cancer doesn't stop at the end of the month, so neither am I. Plus, I really feel some fulfillment with this purpose and this particular cause, so I intend to do whatever work I can for them as long as they'll let me do it.
That's well, when here's the QR code for Nick, everyone. If you want to donate to him, you can scan this. Hopefully y'all can scan it on screen. If not, we will be posting it after the show. We will also post it up tomorrow. And or you can just reach out to Nick. He is on LinkedIn, he is on X, and he is on Instagram. You can reach out, and he has an actual link to a website you go to. Nick doesn't get any of this money; it goes directly to the American Cancer Society. I just want to put that out there.
And let me say this real quick, because the number one reason people don't donate to things is because they don't have the money, and that's fine. The number two reason, and I'm making these up, by the way, as far as the number two reason, but this is still one of them. They don't think their donation is worth it to make. You are wrong. $10 goes a long way. Whatever the minimum it'll allow you to do helps. So don't ever think that it doesn't, because again, I'm a point to point and peer to peer. All the pieces matter.
You know, Nick, dude, you're amazing. I tell you that all the time, dude. I know I do. Like, every time I talk to you, I'm like,
I think I keep showing up, man.
You are, man. You're a great guy, dude. Every time I talk to you, I just get so hyped. I mean, even yesterday, man, when I was talking to you on your way home from whatever it was you're on your way home from, like, dude, I wasn't down. Like, I was having a good day, but after I was on the phone with you, I told my wife, I was like, the motherfucker just pumps me up. And she was like, what'd y'all talk about? I was like, just sales and cancer. I was like, that's it. So like, you're a hype man. That's what you are, Nick. You're a hype man for everything. You're a hype man for yourself, for cancer awareness. You're a hype man for sales and motivational stuff, man. You're in it to win it, and you're in it all the way on everything that you do. And that's why I like you, man. That's why we keep your ass around, Nick.
Well, I appreciate that, man. It's easy to do in the right company. And when I find that company, I'll let you know. No, I'm just playing with the light.
Don't you even start, man. Don't you even start. Hey, to go back to the Broken Barrier Summit, Jeff, we're trying to get Nick. We're trying to get Nick to be a speaker, man. We're dropping it in your ear. I put it in Dan and Trey's and everyone else's ear. I put it in your ear too, man. We need Nick at the Broken Barrier Summit next year. If we have one in October, Nick needs to be.
Pedro, shut up. Jeff's trying to say yes.
Nick, that's all I'm going to say.
Boom.
Let's go.
There you go. That's it.
Nick, that's all I'm going to say.
Why is this fool the Pope today?
I'm Father Freight.
Freight, close
Fucking put
respect.
some respect on it.
There you fucking go.
Yeah, because he knew that one was going to show up.
Chef in the Pope.
Is it that day of the year? Like you guys got ahead of yourselves like at 24 hours.
Dude, we can't do the show tomorrow when everyone's going to be out with their family and the view count will be fucking 0.
Hello.
Oh, okay. I see.
Gosh.
Yo, I
so
will
that's
tell you
why
the
we're doing
worst
that.
thing about working from home is that I miss working at the office on Halloween. And back when I was at Blue Grace, good, bad, or otherwise about anything, that company knows how to do Halloween. We made Busch Gardens look like a third grade haunted house. It was awesome.
That's awesome. We're gonna throw a party down here, and it's gonna be pretty lit.
Where
70s
we at?
style.
I'm on my
Yeah,
way.
get some candy corn and pass it out, something like that.
Nah, we're doing a
Find
70s,
Jeff in the hotel room 3 days later.
70s themed Halloween party with the entire company, disco ball, lights, jungle juice, all of it.
And then the smelling salts came out.
Yes.
Oh, that'll get you out of anything. They don't sell those things down here. They're not legal for some reason. So you can get them smuggled, but they're not like you
But
can get
that
them.
spray is, right?
You got to get the raw materials, right?
Raw material, that ammonia.
Oh yeah.
Well, don't you have Carnival down there, right?
No, that's Brazil.
Oh shit, that's right.
I am yet to be in one of those crazy parties.
That's a party you got to go
Dude,
to.
the crazy party is in Juan's fucking house. That's where the party's at, man.
Well, let's talk. Hold on. I want to talk about Juan's adventure back. What happened in Bogota, Colombia, when you almost fought the
bro.
Argentinian guy?
You're just bringing out the news. So
The nudes?
the news.
Oh.
So something always happens when I'm traveling, right? Something always happens. Some shit happens. My flight getting detoured from Kansas City to Miami to Medellin. I had to go to Chicago to Miami to Medellin. Stuff with that category. On the way here, the flight that was Miami, Bogota, the airplane didn't have air conditioning. So
What?
it was hot. It was
smelling
It
weird.
was like
up in that
everybody was
airport.
like, everybody was like one of those old school buses where everybody's just like sweating down the armpit all the way to the hip. And it was a pretty long fucking flight. It was like 6 hours. I ordered a double jack on the ice, on the rocks, lots of rocks. And I knocked myself out for a moment, fell asleep, but it was like half of the trip. And we get to Bogota. And there's no parking lot for the fucking plane. So there's not like the tube that goes into the plane and you can offboard and all that. No, they had to park us away somewhere in the tarmac, and they brought a bus, and we were all getting on the bus. And my guy Kevin, who you guys met, my guy Kevin, who's 6'2", 200 pound, 250 pounds of pure muscle, gets on the bus, and some dude gets in between him and I. Right, he's in front, and I'm in, and the guy just stands at the door of the fucking bus and doesn't let anybody else in. And my dude tells him, "Yo, can you move to the side so the people can come in?" And the guy gave him an attitude. He was Argentinian. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? But I figured out, I was like, they were on the inside arguing, nose to nose. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And the dude just keeps teasing him until I tell him, I was like, bro, you better calm down because it's two of us. And he's like, I don't understand you. And apparently he didn't speak English. He looked like it. He was Argentinian at that point. And my friend turns around and tells him in Spanish, is like, if you didn't, I'll tell it to you in Spanish if you didn't understand. It's two of us, so you better calm down. And at that moment, he just put like his AirPods on and just looked, focused down to the ground and just like didn't do anything else. It was just like that's where it stopped.
Okay,
but the guy right before I intervened, the guy was like, this guy's like this height, Kevin is like this, and that little pit bull was like ready to go and rumble.
Juan, hey, let's be honest. Hold on. All right, we got to stop right here. You say it was two of you, bro. Let's be honest. I have seen you in person. It was 1.5 of y'all. All right.
Yeah. Hey man, what can I say? Like I'm a ride and die guy. Like
I know, bro. I know.
It doesn't matter the challenge. I'm in. And then Kevin when we got off the bus and all that, we heated down and all that. It was like man, we would have spent the night in jail. I was like, fuck yeah, we're in Bogota. We might as well do it right. But yeah, that was my little Bogota representing moment.
1.5.
1.5.
Bro, you should have just straight told him, like, I'm from Medellin. You know what happens here? That's it, man. Say Bogota ain't nothing.
Yeah.
Medellin, where's that?
Yeah. No, I mean, no, I was in the capital. That was like we were doing a connection flight. We weren't even in hometown. It was just like all worst place that could have gone down to.
Well, we're glad
Can't
you made
take
it
you
out to
anywhere,
tell the
man.
story.
Yeah. It was indeed on the way back. It was a total of 3 flights, and I think a combined flight time of like 10 to 12 hours, plus connections. So we did make it by. I made it home by 1 a.m. That day, and I think I said goodbye to you guys like at 9. I had a 10 a.m. flight, so it was quite long. Dallas is quite a far trip from here.
Absolutely. I want to go ahead and say Dallas Fort Worth Airport is the biggest shithole on planet Earth. It is too confusing, too big. I hate it.
I heard of a bunch of people that arrived. Their airline dropped them off at Dallas Love, which is a whole different fucking airport.
Oh yeah.
And that they had to leave from Fort Worth. And I heard of, I think Trey was supposed to leave from Dallas Fort Worth and not Dallas Love. I don't even know if he made it to the flight, but I've heard at least 4 different stories at this point there. It's like I was on the other airport and I had to drive through Dallas traffic to make it there. And
See, that's user error right there. I will give it the Fort Worth though. Like I do like how they have it separated because I left my hotel and got to my gate in like less than 30 minutes, and that's a first, dude. Going through security, everything.
My wife and I, we literally were joking amongst each other about. We're like, babe, I wonder how many people are gonna fly into Love Field and think that it's just in Dallas, it's close, and people don't understand that how fucking big the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex is. For perspective, DFW is the size of Long Island, just the airport. So it's like, dude, that's what I was telling Father Freight and a friend of ours in Canada is like, they're like, we'll just go to Love Field. I was like, dude, you do know that's gonna be like an hour fucking Uber ride, right? Like, it's gonna be a long ways, man.
Oh, that's what Rob Busey came in and he goes, how much did you pay for your rental car? I said, about 150, 165.
Those Ubers.
Yeah. He took an Uber from Love Field, so like $160.
Well, dude, the thing with Love Field that people need to understand, the only way Love Field makes real good sense is if you're flying Southwest. That's it, because you save so much money on your ticket.
That is exactly, dude. That is exactly what happened to Trey.
Like, unless you're flying there and you're saving an ass ton of money, or you're in Dallas. If you're actually in Dallas, I would fly into Love Field because DFW is smack dab in the middle. But yeah, otherwise.
But I think that's exactly what happened to Trey. He flew in Southwest and he ended up in Dallas Fort Worth, and there's no Southwest there.
All right. Well, moral of the story: Texas is a terrible place, and you should never go there. Nathan, what's your Halloween costume there, man? I gotta know.
He's an Amazon package.
I don't know what to fix.
That's a wrong logo.
Box. Just a straight up, box.
Oh, I thought you were pulling a Justin Timberlake there for a minute.
Off the back end of you.
Pretty appropriate for the freight market.
Just a box.
Yeah. Chris, what's going on, brother?
What's up, dude?
Guys,
men.
The what?
So what's up, men?
Oh, I thought you said, does that spin? If you're wondering.
Yeah.
Father, we've upgraded, man.
I got something pretty similar
Where did you
here.
get that costume, man?
So we're good.
Money.
There you go. We're upgrading.
Nick, I just want to tell you, man, our friend Steve Talamo sent this to us. He's going to order this lady sorry to cut you off, Chris, but I just want to get this out before Nick. I don't know how long you're with us, Nick, but that lady is a breast cancer survivor, man, and that's his son's baseball team. They're going to order her a Lounge Fuck Cancer shirt, And
Nice.
so, hey,
Nice.
Steve, if you're watching, I'm going to sell it to you at markup, so that way we can take that extra money and we can put it onto Nick's thing.
Fundraiser, yeah.
Yo, before
Awesomeness.
we move on to another subject, we need to address Pedro's auto tune. What is going on over there?
I do. Okay, so
Pedro,
let me
put on the
tell you-
scary voice.
Hold on,
Put
no,
on the
no, no,
scary
no.
voice
Wait,
while
Are
you
you
do
trying your
Voice
music?
modifier.
Are you trying your musical career? Because I have a name for you.
Oh, just listen. Like, all right, I got this thing yesterday late. I was up late doing stuff for the lounge, and I meant to mess with this today, but I didn't have a chance to because the hour and a half that I had planned out, or hour I had planned out to deal with this, I had to deal with my customer telling me that they closed their doors as of 11 o'clock today, and I had to call a bunch of carriers and say, hey, do not go and pick up freight from this customer. And then I had to have a meeting with my team and my boss, and so I didn't have a chance to mess with it. I don't have headphones, so I can't hear myself, so I don't know what it sounds like, and that's why.
Can you give us a couple bars from T-Pain's "Buy You a Drink" just for aesthetics?
I have no idea what I
I
sound
got
like.
an artistic.
Dude, I'm telling you, just make it like the guy from Scream or something.
It sounds like we're hit.
I don't know. My wife's going to give me this. Well, see, let me talk.
Let's play a game, Sid.
Let's
It's not
go.
like, I kind of feel like any moment he's just gonna start rapping. It's like,
It's
this
too-
is the
too
birth
far
of
behind.
two chins.
No, you don't want to
That's
hear
why you got
that.
to show up to Matt's. Trey
Dude,
and
fuck enough,
Pedro are
dude.
about to have the
Reverb-
first
reverb
rap
all the
battle
way down.
at Matt's
Pick
history.
all the way down. Everything. I don't know what's up with it, man. I don't know what to tell you, motherfuckers.
Dude, do that deep voice they had earlier. That shit was fucking.
Yeah, dude.
Entertained me and Jeff pretty quickly.
I'm gonna
Oh,
have-
this one
Jeff, how
right
you
here.
feeling? You back
Is
on
that
your
it?
feet?
I can't hear it, so you have to tell me.
Nope.
No. What about that one?
Nope.
How's that sound?
Doesn't
Sounds
sound
just
good.
like you. That's pretty damn scary.
What about this? Is that better? I think that's reverb. It just keeps.
Yeah, reverb. Wrong.
I don't know, man. I don't know what this fucking.
Come on, man.
thing
Use
does.
your grown-up voice.
No, I'm trying to, man. I don't know what it is, bro. I have no idea. It just is what it is. I'm gonna figure it out after I'm done. And just think of it as the Halloween show. Okay, that's the way it is. Everything's
That's
different.
what it is, man. Yeah, we can't throw
This
shade.
is not Pedro Potato.
when
It's
he
zombie
tells it.
Pedro. So I'm not supposed to sound like myself. Ha, Juan. Fuck you.
Oh, I got some jokes. I got some jokes for you, son.
Dude, it was so good meeting you in person, man. Like seriously, I did not. When I saw you at the golf scramble, I literally did a double take. I was like, no way, that's fucking Juan. And so, dude, it was so awesome. Like,
what was your expectation versus reality moment? Like, what was it?
dude, I mean, it was the same. I just didn't expect you to be there, bro. Like you were, I mean, not like I thought you were 6'2" and looked like fucking Fabio or something. I mean, you were. I mean, they had to measure you before they allowed you to take a golf cart. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, really. He was a lot smaller
It's
than
real
I
funny
thought.
because like this guy's like Pedro's exactly my height, man. He's exactly my height. So
That
I'm
is
throwing-
not fucking true at all. You
You
so
are.
full.
How tall are you? What?
I'm 70 and a half inches, so 5'10" and a half.
5'10" and a half. Then that means I'm 5'10" and a half, bro. You and I, we have.
So you are so.
My man, last time you checked where you were growing sideways, not upwards. So.
Not too
That
many
is
years.
true. That's very true. That's very
It's,
true.
Yeah,
funny
too
you're
many
throwing tall
years
jokes,
with me,
man.
man.
You're big enough you could sell shade, bro.
That's right, bro. When people ask if I'm in shape, I say, yeah, I am a shape.
Pedro was at the golf course just being like selling shade at 50 bucks.
Come on, Juan, man. You're about 4'11". Fuck.
Maybe.
You keep talking that shit. Next time you fly in here, I'm gonna pick you up from the airport, and the first stop we're gonna make is gonna be immigration.
I already have to do
Wow.
I'm just gonna make your trip so much harder, Juan. That's it. I know you're gonna pass. I'm just gonna give you a hard day. I'm just gonna give you a hard day. That's all. John, how was your day? We ain't really heard from you, bro. How was your day?
Oh no, I've been listening to everything. Everything's been good today. How about everybody else? What's going on? Let's keep talking. I'm enjoying this.
It's going good, man. Hey, Lombard was giving you some mad props over at BCS
He was,
about the Lombard 69 challenge, man. Congratulations, brother. How 20 pounds down?
Wait, y'all were talking about some beer delivery fuck at this thing?
Yeah, man.
Oh shit, I'm kind of flattered. Kind of flattered. Usually when people talk about me, it's like, fuck that motherfucker. Let's kick him in the ass.
Well, we said that too. That was
That's probably how it started.
Yeah. Yes. That's exactly.
It's probably like,
That's
fuck
how
that
it started.
motherfucker, but he lost 20 pounds.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't like that show in particular has the very particular subjects that are talked about. Like people just talk about what they want, pretty much.
Chris.
No.
Our sponsor, Freight Ninja. How lovely. Let's put you right there in the middle, Mr. Chris.
Oh, man.
We need to know what Freight Ninja is, man, because it's been so quiet over there. And if your logo's up there, you might as well take advantage of that real estate. Those 1,000 pixels by 500 that Pedro very generously gave them. They're making that bigger.
But StreamYard very generously gave them. I can't make it bigger.
That's facts. That is factual.
No, it's a beautiful logo. And there's a great logistics lounge session on Freight Ninja, actually. So it talks all about us. But yeah, no, a lot of good things. Looking forward to Matt's. We were kind of talking about that today, so that's going to be exciting to get you guys over there. Doing your podcast live, that's going to be fun.
Yeah,
Bro,
we actually need to talk about that. Might have a little in where we can get a primo booth.
We're having.
Oh, really?
We're having a meeting next week, Mr. Freight. I was going to talk to you about it after the show. Chris Neal and I were emailing about it earlier. So yeah, I just was going to talk to you about the show. But dude, you better be ready, bro. We are going to bring the whole fucking crew. I mean, it's going to be me, Hunter, my wife, my oldest son, John Cantera, Dispatch Kate.
Cameraman Joe is going to make an appearance.
Cameraman Joe. Like
nice.
Matt's they're going to pass out more media passes to Lounge Media Group than they are anybody.
And I'm sorry, why I'm not in that list?
You want to, dude? If you make it, well, you can be a part of Lounge Media Group at that point.
Yeah, if you think you can make it, let us know. I'll put. I already have us signed up. So as soon as registration is available, I can go in and register everybody. So yeah, I mean, if you're going to be there, let me know, and I'll put you on the media badge thing. And you come with us.
I haven't been in Matt's in maybe 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt's
I
is
don't
awesome.
want to see you either.
I think no, Jessica's coming. I'm just talking about the lounge, babe. Like I'm just talking about who's going to be there with the lounge, with doing media passes and stuff, and Freight Ninja's group. So yeah, bro, we're gonna have a whole group here. We're gonna do the lounge. We're gonna do the lounge from there, man. John Cantera. We're gonna get him on, and he's gonna do some stuff for Stop the Scam. Dude, we're gonna light it up, man. We're gonna bring a whole bunch of swag. We're gonna do some giveaways. Do all kinds of shit, man. It's going to be freaking pumped, Chris.
Indoor fireworks, roller coasters,
nice.
Indoor fireworks. That's right.
Pyrotechnics.
Yeah.
Move over freight waves. The logistics lounge is coming.
Don't say that dirty word on this channel.
Yeah. I actually said it wrong, anyways, but I won't repeat it. I won't correct myself.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hunter. Cat may not be able to come, bro. They have mats. 2 days of mats blocked out on their company's site.
I don't know if Catherine could handle mats, to be honest.
Well, I wanted to come, bro. She would love mats, dude. She would.
How come?
Love mats.
Oh, I was joking around. No, Cat would kill it at mats. Like
she would, bro. She would fucking kill it, dude. Yeah. So I mean, hopefully she can come. Hopefully she can come, man. I keep saying she is because I'm going to make it happen. Like we just have to make that shit happen. Jeff, are you going to Matt's this year?
No.
Oh, fuck no. Yes, you are, Jeff. Yes, you are.
He's going next year in 2025. This year's Matt's already passed.
Correction.
Where is Matt's this year?
Oh, is it the same place?
Yeah, Louisville. Yeah.
Dude, flying to Nashville and we can just drive up together.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Or we just stay in Nashville and have a real good time.
I'm with
No,
him.
bro, no. We all fly to
I'm with
Nashville.
him.
We all fly to Nashville and we rent a party bus to drive us to Matt's.
I need to get a real good cowboy hat.
Bro. That's what we do. We all fly to Nashville and rent a party bus to go to Matt's.
Yep.
I need to get a real good cowboy hat in order to go back to Nashville fit in.
You just got to know how to wear it.
Nick, are you going to Matt's?
Well, I'm just thinking that Nashville's a direct Southwest flight, but I wasn't planning on it.
Well, Matt's in Louisville.
When is it?
I got 4 extra seats in the Jeep, man. So,
Yeah,
well, actually, I'll have 3.
Fuck the Jeep. We're gonna rent a party bus, bro. It's gonna be too many of us for the Jeep.
Sponsored by Freight Ninja, obviously.
Yeah, sponsored by Freight Ninja.
No, man, we'll do the Jeep. It'll be like Zoolander.
Okay, so this is a qualifying and disqualifying
We'll pile in the
question.
Jeep, we'll get some Starbucks, and then
Is Josh in the party bus?
No, I'm not going.
No,
Don't be a Josh. Don't be a Terry.
that's it. Dude, don't be a
I
Terry.
need to stay married.
Yeah, just don't be a Terry.
Bro, don't be a Terry. That is right. Ooh-wee.
I need to stay married and employed.
I know. That's right. Anyway, yeah. Matt's Nathan, are you going to Matt's next year?
You talking to me?
You're the only Nathan here.
bro, I need to get speaking opportunities at these conferences so I can afford to go to the conference.
Dude, well, I mean, you got to contact Matt's. I don't know how
we
we set up this stuff. They have stuff called Pro Talks, but they don't pay you to go. Like Matt just gives you the platform. So you have to find someone to sponsor you, but like you'd have to contact Matt's and ask about their, I think they call them Pro Talks. Is that what they call them, Hunter?
Yeah. But I have a couple ideas for you, Nick. So we'll reconvene.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Brains taste like chicken.
It's not on my event list.
Hey, what takeaways do we have from last week? Like, what do you guys? How did it go for you guys? Like, who was at BCS? Like, how was it? Like, how is your week?
We've answered that. Let's get your take first, Juan, and then we'll roll off that.
Let's get your take there, Juan.
We have on calendar. I have maybe closing up to 30 appointments after. That's probably the highest volume of like immediate appointments after a show. Our strategy was very different marketing wise and sales wise this time than it has been in the previous events, even though we have sponsored BCS before on big title sponsorships, concert, casino night, and all that. So for us, it's been busy. Like I didn't think I was going to be able to get in on this call because I've been just back-to-back meetings since Tuesday. And that's what it looks like the rest of the week, and that's what next week is looking like as well. Very good, very, very good return of investment on this show.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, every time I saw you after the golf tournament, you were talking.
We had people say, how many of you from Solander here? It's like, we're just like 2. It was like, oh, I thought it was like 5. It was like, why? It's like, I see you everywhere. It's just us working the floor, man. Us working the floor, trying to squeeze out of every drop out of that business trip. Which, by the way, it's not necessarily cheap to leave Colombia. International flights get pricey. It's not like you get on a Southwest, pay $200 round trip, and that's it. Especially when you go with a team. So we were squeezing every drop out of it that could potentially be done, and a lot of good conversations happened on the floor. A lot of deals that we had on the in the back burner, kind of finally coming to fruition. That thanks to that face value, that trust that builds, knowing seeing someone in person and getting to talk with them. On that end, also takeaway is I found it incredibly surprising that right now brokers and carriers. They're not having issues lowering costs. So staffing kind of feels like the child of, yesterday's child. Yeah. But what they are having, their biggest headache right now, and their most common request is having difficulties acquiring new business, securing new business. And I kind of feel like that makes a whole lot of sense. Because throughout the years, I have seen customers that they have 2-3 big clients and they cater to those 2-3 big clients, and new business revenue kind of starts falling to secondary levels, tertiary levels of importance, and it just stays like that. And who in their mind actually knows how to sell freight to shippers, to manufacturers?
No one in this room.
I bet Jeff. I'd be interested in Jeff.
I was pointing down to John through Jeff. I wasn't pointing at Jeff.
But you see that a lot. And I found that surprising. It's like it's not. I mean, we've all explored the whole outsourcing thing. It had its moment, but it's like cost reduction right now is not the biggest concern. Is new acquisitions, new contracts are the biggest concern across the board.
Yeah.
But you know what the key is? and I'm coming at you from a shipper's perspective. Don't sell freight. Everyone else does. Sell me some thought-provoking ideas for the future that's going to help me in the present. That's what I do. I don't want to talk about freight. The freight is the least, most important thing for me. I need to know their operations. And the only way that you get to know their operations, it's either you've worked in it, like I have for enterprises for 37 years, or you gain that knowledge that's necessary to speak their language. You just can't go in there cold. Like I said, and this is the biggest takeaway. When you've got a $50,000 a year traffic spend on transportation, the guys aren't really that educated. I mean, I'm just being blunt. However, when you start getting up to the 50 million, 100, $200 million transportation spend, these guys are fucking rocket scientists. All right. They can call you out in less than 3 seconds when you're on the phone with them. If you don't know what you're talking about, they'll dish you like God, and they'll remember, because they don't have the time to give you, because they're so damn busy on the floor doing their thing. If you're going to grab their attention, you got to do it fast, really fast.
Yeah, that's like I was about to say is like I bet a shipper can smell bullshit from a mile away. They've dealt with 50 of you before. They've probably heard all the fucking excuses that exist on the book. So I think if you do get a chance to speak with somebody that's in that logistics department that takes care of the procurement of new brokers and carriers, if you do get that person on the line, you have the right ammo loaded for your call, because they will those first 30 seconds will tell them if they want to speak with you or not.
Yeah, don't go after the juggler by saying, I've got the best rates, I got capacity in hand and guarantees. Everybody uses that fucking language, man.
I got 40,000 carriers in my network.
It's just like, no.
Oldest fucking pitch in the book.
Man.
You have an Excel list. That's great.
I mean, and I've got that. I used to get 35 calls a day from brokers that wanted a piece of my pie for the obvious reason. But what they came across with, it's just like, seriously, is that the best that you have? I mean, it just shows there's a lack of training out there in a lot of brokerages. There's just a lack. I wish they could put a rule in there and a regulation for all brokerages that if you want to work for a brokerage, you have to have at least a year on the floor, in the trenches, at a warehouse or distribution center. Seriously, because a lot of these guys,
the bar needs to be raised. It needs to be raised at a certain point. Like,
it has to.
Because the entry level is pretty simple. Like, anybody can go get an MC number, file $500, and have a brokerage license.
To be clear,
that's the biggest problem. I think
it takes $1,000 to start a brokerage. $500 for the LLC, $500 for the MC, and there you go. Boom.
But what's your plan? That's
exactly. No, that's a different story. Like, one thing is getting the paperwork, another thing is the story. Now, I think it would be more effective to call a shipper and just tell them is like, hey, I'm sending 3 trucks a week in your direction, and I'm looking for something to come back to. I don't know. Let's say Dallas to Kansas City. I'm looking for something coming back to Kansas City. Do you have it? Yay or nay?
Hey, Chris. What were we about to say, Chris?
You're talking on facts on that.
No, I was agreeing with Juan when he was talking about how easy it is to not only set up a brokerage but also a freight carrier. That's the problem, is why I think everyone's feeling this market downturn, because it is too easy and it's oversaturated. And you have a lot of crooks out there taking from the good businesses, not meeting the mandates or the responsibilities that real companies. Let's talk about insurance, safety, and compliance. It all costs money. When companies don't do that, they can suck up these shit rates, and it drives the market in the wrong direction, and other companies go out of business. We see it all the time in our yards, where companies say, hey, I got to reduce from 50 to 30. Business sucks right now. Yeah, but you got these other companies that their stuff looks like trash. I'm surprised they haven't gotten sidelined by the DOT multiple times, that are still operating accepting shit rates because they don't have the overhead that real companies do.
Yeah, so here's the thing: 21.6% of all the trucks on the road. That's 1 in 5 are dangerous and not roadworthy. Think about that for a second.
Statistics.
Just think about that, man. I mean, your families are at risk every single day that you go out on the highway, you know, and they don't want to do the pre-check inspections. A lot of the guys say, I don't get freaking paid to do that. Well, excuse me, Mr. Driver, but it's the number one test on the CDL license, and it's a mandatory requirement from FMCSA 49 CFR 392.7. Sorry, I got
Pedro, check your LinkedIn. I just sent you something interesting, and it's the USA Cargo Theft September 2024 report by Drake Caviar.
Man,
have you guys seen that chart?
Jeff, don't get me started on them pre-trips, man. I know you had to see my,
it almost feels like if
I thought I was saying if you need a gold fucking star for being safe, go back to pre-K where they cater to fucking children. You know what I mean? Like, get over yourself. I don't get paid for it. Yeah, well, yeah, man. All right, I'm gonna just shut up, Jeff.
That's exactly what you get paid for, and these damn recruiters letting them get in like that.
Look at
that. Jesus, my worst nightmare.
Look at that. Look at that. It kind of feels. I'm not just saying. If you take California out of the equation, the industry's not that bad.
How is Illinois not on this list? How is Illinois not on the top of this list?
It's number 2.
It's number 2.
Oh, I'm blind right now. Okay.
Yeah, but
Sorry.
California is 10 times that. I mean, can
Yeah,
you?
it is number 2.
That is ridiculous.
But why, dude? We don't hear about California that much though. I only hear about like Memphis and Chicago.
Oh, you did during COVID. You remember the trains?
Yeah.
No, show what was on the news 2 weeks ago.
The MSM is not mainstream media. They ain't not reporting enough of this. It's just not. For whatever reason it is, whatever reason it is, whatever side of the aisle they are, whatever reason it is.
Think
but
about
it's
what
ridiculous
state
that one state has 10 times more than the second. Like California, California looks like it ate up the rest of the 49 states in this category.
But that's crazy that's still happening at those numbers though, because that was a big COVID thing, Glendale and all those cats out there. But fuck, happening in 2024 and it's not being talked about.
Oh, it's bad. Not only that, and the CPCs that are getting taken still, it's insane, and no one's talking about that either. And I'll tell you what, security isn't cheap, and someone's got to pay for it.
Well, even if you have all the security and everything, man, it's hard to stop those inside jobs.
Oh yeah,
and you could probably attribute this to first of all being Long Beach being the biggest port in
100%.
Number one. The best fruits will always get more rocks thrown at them.
Yep.
That could be one thing, but the fact that this is happening at that rate, California as a state, Los Angeles as a city, they need to do something about this fucking issue.
And they know it's happening.
This is what's affecting everything.
Exactly where it's happening. But you think they would put listen, there's a lot of Army dudes that are veterans that are retired or whatever. You want to stop this shit? Put them in the railways. I mean, you can see it. All those in gates and out gates from the rail yards that go through Los Angeles and they go into these tunnels and they come up and there's these walls on each side. You see littered with boxes. They know what's happening, but they don't do anything about it. They just say, oh, whatever. Hey, listen, remember in California, the state of California, you can go in there and rob anything that's I forgot, what is it, under $1,000 and you won't get prosecuted. So these guys were increasing the value so that if they did steal stuff, that they would get prosecuted. I mean, think about that, right? The bang and grab and get the hell out of there and nobody does shit. So
did you see what happened on the west side of Chicago about 2 weeks ago? It made national news.
No, what happened?
Where a freight train got stuck on the tracks.
Yes.
And where were the police at? I mean, but then again, in Chicago, they got better things to do.
Is it me or
I lived in Chicago. That shit's nuts out there.
What's that, John?
It looked like they went to a specific car too, didn't it?
Well, they hit about 7 cars, but Yeah, they knew where shit was for sure.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that shit happened in Memphis like a year or two ago.
Yeah.
They busted the cats. I forgot if they worked for JB Hunt or Amazon, but yeah, they specifically knew.
That was the Nike stuff, wasn't it?
Out
TVs
names,
and
man. We're gonna get
Jordans and, like,
sued.
Brought up JB Hunt. There you go.
The last episode of the Logistics Lounge happened the day before Halloween.
These are facts. These are facts. This is no slander, brother. This is what's going on. But it's inside people. There's no way that people know exactly what's in these cars, how to hit it. You know, you got a train that's a mile long.
True.
You fucking kidding me? Like,
Right.
but I'm just gonna stay being a dumb freight guy. You know, come on, it's crazy.
There's one thing that
insane.
needs to be highlighted for drivers. Their
Hey,
job.
just remember this: desperate people do desperate things in desperate times, right? They will cut deals and brokerages and everything and get paid under the table, you know, to put food on their table because they're losing everything, and that shit's got to stop. I mean, that's one of the major problems out there right now, and a lot of them know they're doing it and they don't do anything about it. Nothing, zero.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of that. Yeah, there's a middleman somewhere in there. There's always a crooked cat. But companies need to raise their bars too. Like if this happened under the wings of a major brokerage like JB Hunt or Amazon or Convoy or you name whatever, one of the top 10, like their human resources need to, you know, they need to double the fuck up.
Well,
Yeah, one, but
entry in all these companies is really low.
I don't give a fuck if I have a top performer that's leaving 150K clean in the bank. If they do one thing like that, they're out. Absolutely. I do not want any relationship with that tarnishment of a company's brand.
The issue they're having is they have to get all of the proof together. It all gets held up.
or they'll get sued.
A lot of HR departments are afraid to shit can anybody for
Yep.
anything right now. You know,
Bro,
I've had guys directly steal on fucking camera, and they did not lose their fucking job.
Dude, listen, we need to go back to where there was consequences to our fucking actions. This whole thing that this new generation or this age of lack of accountability just became way too much. Like you steal something at a company, you need to get fired, and that needs to go on your resume for life.
That's it.
And
this get back to the simple fuck around, find out stuff.
Yeah, fuck around and find out. Yes, thank you. Because listen, to those company employees that block their bosses, and they block the company, and they go and they buff their profile, and they go just do some stupid shit to get a better job somewhere else, or they're double body. I can guarantee that for the next 10 to 20 years, you can't put our name on that resume because they will call, and you will not get a good recommendation. Like, and they know who they are, and there's a bunch of those out there, and we need to go back to that, where your actions have consequences. Because this entire maybe the last 10 years, it's all been about nothing has consequences in this life.
Well, you know something? There's a lot of really, really good brokerages out of there, and when shit hits the fan, it's always the brokerage name that gets, you know, thrown underneath the bus. They got to level down. They got to level down to the broker that did a dishonest thing that was unethical, that affected the company. And they should be held accountable by saying, listen, you're going to work in this industry and you do this kind of shit, you're banned from it, period, end of discussion. You are out. All right? Because there's a lot of good brokerages. You can name the big hitters out there, but there's a lot of scumbags that sit in those seats that are not trained, that find the loophole and they do nasty shit, and they're like, hey, fuck it, you know what? It's not going to be on me, it's going to be on the company, and they'll never find out. So I think every broker that works for a brokerage should register themselves as such, and then let the complaints come down on their head, not the employers. You know, seriously, it really needs to be done. They need to level up or level down, however you want to look at it. It's unfair. Was I that good that silence just is golden?
No. Somebody made
Someone made a great
like Father
fright.
With
Father fright.
what commandment would
Father
this
fright.
fall under?
Thou shalt fuck around and find out.
I don't know. If Hunter walked in dressed
Isn't
as
that the first one?
Pope, I'd be scared.
No, the first one is thou shalt not double broker.
That is
And
true.
then the second one is
no.
thou shalt make 70% rippers.
Pardon me for being the dumb distribution guy and forgetting that. Sorry.
It's all right. We're going to bring Father Freight back. The people asked for Father Freight, and we thought that Father Freight had gone into retirement, but he's back now, and he's back with a vengeance. And we are going to push out the 10 freight commandments given by Father Freight. So be on the lookout. Like he said,
Thou shalt not be
commandment
stuck
number
in
one,
park
thou
on the golf
shalt not
course.
double broker. Yes, thou shalt not double broker. And so we're going to be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. Hey, we
Thou shalt not do scumbag things.
Thou shalt not be a scumbag. That could.
That's all of them.
Yeah.
9 of them.
All to come down to one.
You know. Here's one for the carriers. Y'all shall not retain overtime.
Thou shalt not collect detention if thy are late.
Yeah, sometimes I think about like on the way.
But what do you mark as on time? Like the log when they check into security, when they hit a dock, when they log into one of the many apps that you make them download. I'm just saying.
Man, once they're outside the gate, even if there's 50 trucks in front of them waiting,
boom,
they're there.
No, I go as long as you accept my tracking. I go by what it says when you hit arrived or whatever it is when you hit that card.
You were there.
That's what I go by. That's what I go by. Unless you go to some place like like Walmart. Walmart prints out a sheet.
I didn't say that. I did not say that.
If you go to a place where they put something out that says when you're there, then I'll cross-reference that. But
yeah,
I don't think I've denied. I don't know. Last time I did deny detention, man. Like I even give leeway. I mean, I'm serious.
Well,
like
you're a former driver, so you have a different regard to it than most. A lot of people. I think every broker should spend a day to a week with a driver just to see. Because
I'll tell
when
you,
you're sitting in the driver's seat.
Amen to that.
When you're sitting in the driver's seat and they got 13 different apps, and then your carrier's telling you that a lot of drivers don't realize your carrier's telling you don't communicate with the broker. We're doing that for you. Epic fail. I'm telling you right there, it never happens. But the drivers don't know that. They're depending on that schmuck to pass on the information, and they're not.
I want to say this, Charles.
Schmuck barely gets out from behind his fucking desk.
Hey, Ron.
Drivers, do not trust your fucking dispatchers. Do not trust your dispatchers. Please call me. I want to talk to you. My team was talking.
Oh, I know. You're the guy calling me at 3 a.m. to get an update that you were supposed to get already from my dispatcher.
Look, I got a call from you at 12:30 in the morning last week. I don't know shit from calls. All right?
You didn't answer. Good thing I didn't need bond money.
Hey, you guys already changed underwear, apparently.
Hey, this is me being serious. The drivers out there, man, do not depend on your dispatchers. When someone calls you from our company, please answer, because I've had 2 times in the last week where a load was completely fucked up and I had to deny a driver detention because their dispatcher did not relay information, and I had the proof via communication that I told the dispatcher exactly what I needed the driver to do, and the driver didn't do it. And the driver called me and said, "Man, that's not fair." I said, "Dude, I understand your point, but to me it is fair because I related to your dispatcher. You said do not call you, do not text you, do not communicate with you. Your dispatcher fucked you out of your $250, homie, not me."
That's fair in my opinion. And that's where I think it comes down to an education piece. A lot of drivers don't realize that what they're being told by their dispatcher, which is technically who they've been assigned to work for, might not be accurate. And I think it's where spending that time where brokers and drivers should spend time in each other's role. I think it's not only better for the industry, but it's better experience for all those in the industry because people start to understand the obstacles that each other face out there.
I agree. I agree, Charles. I mean, I'm a rarity. You know, I mean, I drove.
Oh, we know.
I'm a rarity. I mean, I'm a rarity as a broker, man. I mean, I'm a million miler. Drivers, you know what that is. You know what I'm saying? That's quite a fucking milestone. And but go back to the detention thing, man. One of the rules that I make with my shippers is you will pay attention and you will pay layover if it is valid. I don't get like I don't need your approval. I'm sorry. I do not ask my customers approval for detention. You just get billed for that shit. That's the way it is because if it is me, I'm the person who is supposed to be make sure that is correct. That's my job as a broker is to make sure that detentions, layover, all of that stuff is valid. So yeah, even like washouts. I deal with nursery customers. If you don't pay for washouts, I don't do business with you. And I do. I literally have a customer that I stopped doing business with 3 weeks ago because over $75 washouts. I told him, I said, dude, I make $120, $150 off your loads, and then you want me to pay a $75 washout? Fuck you, man. You take your freight somewhere else, bro. I'm not doing that. I'm not taking $50 rippers because you don't want to be fair with carriers when you floor load plants and you make a mess in a reefer.
Oh, you think floor loading plants is messed up? Floor load carpets.
Yeah, there you go, bro.
That's
there you
a
go.
10-hour fucking loading process.
Well, yeah, but see,
they shove carpets into the fucking dry van to the brim, man, all the way.
Well, I mean, you know,
carpets are heavy as fuck. So if it says, "Oh, it's 30,000 pounds of carpets," no, that ain't true.
I'm a different broker, man. I really am. I try to think about me and the carrier when I do business with a shipper. And I mean it, you know, you can call, I don't know, whatever. I just try to be different, man. I think you have to be fair. I do. I just think you have to be fair as a broker, as a shipper. Everyone has to understand and everyone has to pay their due. You know, if you know that your receivers are going to make a carrier sit, detention should be automatic. Like there should be no question about that stuff. Lumpers, I literally had a shipper 2 weeks ago. Like I sent him a bill and he said, man, why is this $200 something dollars more? And I said, oh, bro, there was a lumper. And he was like, doesn't the carrier pay that? I said, well, they pay it up front, but you pay it back. And he was like, I've never paid a lumper. I was like, well, I don't know what broker you do business with, dude, but I'm sorry. It is not the carrier's responsibility to pay someone to unload your shit. And he paid it. And he now pays them. He pays them all. He pays them all to me. I've never had an argument after that.
Here's a funny fact too. A lot of new brokers, they don't negotiate their detention. They don't negotiate their lumper fees. They don't have a network of anything built around where they're going to be delivering. If they need a pitchfork that's not at the warehouse because the warehouse doesn't have it, you know, let's say it's delivered, like the destination is not necessarily, you know, your traditional logistics warehouse where they have all the bells and whistles. They don't negotiate. Sometimes they don't even negotiate that. So they're going to be like, oh, we're going to pay the detention. No, we're not. Why not? Because they didn't negotiate with the customer. So now that the situation has come to be, then they have to come back to the customer and say, hey, we need detention. We never spoke about that. That's something you should have been taken care of when you signed that shipper packet. Send it out to them.
Well, when it comes to spot freight, man, like a lot of folks that just do spot freight, I mean, I don't really negotiate this. Like I don't know. It sounds cocky of me, and I'm not trying to sound that way, but like when it comes to things like that, like you're going to pay the bill. I'm going to verify it, and you as a shipper are going to pay that attention. You're going to pay that layover. You're going to give this carrier what they want. I don't have a problem with it. I'm not an asshole about it to my customers. I got to explain it to them. I have a customer. He requires a light and a heavy scale ticket on every load. He never reimbursed brokers that until he started giving me his freight. And it's only $18. It's only $18, $20, whatever dollars. And that doesn't matter on my margins. I make $250, $300 off his loads. It doesn't matter. That's not my responsibility, and that's not the carrier's responsibility if it's your requirement. Yeah, they should get a heavy regardless because you should scale your load, but you're asking them to get a light and a heavy, even though your freight is only 25,000 pounds, and they really wouldn't have to scale other than the fact that you're asking them to do so. And so, but that customer now is funneling every single bit of their freight to me, all because I called him out and said, man, you've got to pay this stuff. I know it's only $20, but you need to be reimbursing me for this. You need to be reimbursing the carrier for that. Like you need to put that into your bid when you talk to your customers. Say, hey, I'm pulling 500 loads for you at X amount plus $20 for scale fees because I have to charge you by weight because that's what my customer require. So, I mean, you know,
That's a
it goes back to what Jeff
as a noob question, but
experience before they get into this shit.
this is definitely a noob question. But why would they do light and heavy? Just to
So they can
verify
take
that
the
you
weight.
He gets paid by weight because my customer he charges he deals in plastic pet. If you don't know what that is, that's like little plastic pellets.
I know what it is.
Well, not everybody does. Juan, fucking
Don't say it like if I was the one that didn't know.
I said if y'all
generalizing to the
whatever
audience.
he deals in plastic pet, so like he deals in weights. So he wants a light scale when they go in because you know they may load you at 15 pallets, and this load it may be 43,000 pounds, but the next load that 15 pallets may be 45,000 pounds. It just depends on how much they fill up the boxes. So you know he requires them to get a light and a heavy scale so he can differentiate and see what the exact weight is. So that way he bills his customers for the correct weight of the product that we ship to him.
You made me remember that dude that was telling that story about him agreeing to a weird rate at the beginning of his brokerage. I forget his name. He was moving potatoes, and the potatoes have shrinkage. You know, they lose water weight. So he was losing 2,000, 3,000 pounds worth of payment by the time it made it from Oregon down to Texas. Dude, I lost my cool with that. I laughed so hard in that very silent crowd because I was like, oh, they did that with real intent. Like that dude that told them to do it by weight, he did it with real intent. And he had no idea what the other guy had coming for him. But that was hilarious. It was like losing like 2,000, 5,000 pounds, somewhere in between pickup and delivery, because potato science, boom, makes them lose weight. Maybe I'm not gonna say anything.
All that stuff goes into experience, man, and like understanding your customer and understanding the freight and stuff, man. Like that by weight. I only have one customer that sells his stuff by weight, thank God, because I've dealt with others that do it, and it's a nightmare, man, because depending on where you scale, and most places that do by weight, they'll have their own on-site scale. Man, we don't know if the state of Wyoming came and certified that scale or if it was fucking Ricky Bobby out in maintenance. You know what I mean? That came and drove his freaking Chevy 1500 and tried counterbalancing the weight. You know what I'm saying? So that stuff could be a pain in the ass, man. That whole weight thing. I really don't like dealing with it, but you know, whatever. Mr. Phil, how you doing down there?
I'm here, man.
Hey,
Phil,
did you
find you on LinkedIn?
What'd you say, John?
How can I find Dr. Phil on LinkedIn?
I'm
Charles
going
Gracie.
to bail out tonight, guys. Have a good night.
Later, John. Be good, broski. It's good seeing your face, man.
You got it, Juan?
Good seeing you guys too. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, bro. I'll catch you on Slack, man. I'm gonna find those pictures of that haunted house and that haunted church. I'm gonna send them to you. I just got to go through my
find that shit. My wife wanted to see it when you
dude.
said
I know I have them. I know 1,000 I do. I have an ammo trunk in my closet that's like fireproof and shit that I keep all my stuff in. So they're in there buried somewhere. I just gotta find them.
Yeah, just whenever you get them, send them over.
Yeah, bro.
All right, guys.
Have a good one, John.
Good night.
Yeah, Charles, I don't get a lot of your content for some reason, and I have you followed, connected, and all that. And I was like, I want to see your content. So
I would too, based on what I've seen out there.
You want to see that mess, dude?
Yeah.
Hey, I love this little feud that we have going on right now.
Which feud?
Fun.
We have a feud going on right now, man, between cents per mile and the lounge, bro.
Notice whose show is on whose show right now.
That's right.
Hey, I hold on. Let's start tallying this up here.
Oh,
all right, let's tally this up now. You started some. So it all started when they had guests and we were walking by and their guests said, who's the best dynamic duo in trucking podcast, knowing that Charles Gracie just walked by. We crashed our show and they didn't even get a chance to answer it because it was proven already.
We don't have to answer to something that we already know the answer to.
I never have guests come on my show and talk for 20 seconds after I walk away about the cool stuff that we've done.
Because nobody wants to come on your show, man.
There you go. Hey, Charles, we expect our royalty check. I will send you the lounge.
I'm in that video. It's hilarious.
Yeah. Juan needs some some royalties too.
That's
Then
right.
it's the second tally mark goes in your column because then they decided to take a clip of my co-host talking about how he's been wearing girls' pants for some junior high or some shit.
That was
that was
fine.
all-
That was finessed. That was finessed.
That was all my wife, man. Like she was just still. I didn't even know she was still recording. Like I even asked her after because there was, it was like another minute and a half of that video. That I just sliced out that piece, and I was like, "Babe, please tell me you got that." She's like, "Oh, I got everything." Yes.
Then it was followed up with our barrage of edited content of their terrible driving in golf carts, us digging on Texas barbecue, and then us showing what driving. And I do stand by this. Thank God you guys move loads and not by miles. Otherwise, you guys be broke.
Let's be real though, man. You got to admit, like that, those like little golf lanes, those things were barely big enough to fit one golf cart on.
I mean, for an amateur
go
driver
off-road,
that
man.
drove a box truck, I understand.
Whatever, bro. That's just fun though. Hey, Hunter, what we have to do? So we have our feud with Broke Carrier Summit with E-Carrier Check, which we have round number 4. Round number 4 is coming soon. Everybody stay tuned. We need to start a Lounge V cents per mile. That's what we gotta do. Lounge V cents per mile.
And then just end up having a Royal Rumble.
Yes, bro. And then a Royal Rumble. Us cents per mile and E-Carrier Check. Royal Rumble at the end of the fucking year. Yes. Oh, I love it, bro. I love it.
I just see us ganging up on E-Carrier Check, and then Paul's going to be funnier than any of us. And then,
dude, my wife loves fucking Paul. Like
my co-host ate manure for video's sake.
Huh?
Oh no! Come on, no.
Yeah, he was doing a commercial for RTI where the driver was eating shit, but nothing that he could make would look like fertilizer or manure. So he actually got the cleanest version of that and ate it for the video. Like, until you have that kind of dedication, hold my beer.
The cleanest version of it.
Hey man, that's a flex. I would not do that.
Me neither. That's why I have Paul.
You know what's the funny part? Like when that, I've been wearing lady pants. For one moment, I thought these guys were actually gonna put something that I was be like, okay, there's something to learn here. And then I go ahead and click the video and I hear that and I'm like, they got me.
No, bro,
I was like,
I don't know.
I don't know. They said it was like that take away from broker carriers. I mean, I thought I was like, all right, let's hear this out. This is gonna be important. And then boom. I'm like,
I have two trains of thought here for you, Juan. One, that's the clip that made you think you were going to learn something, and two, that you knew it came from the logistics lounge and you thought you were going to learn something.
I know, right? And that's
I try to bring it with me. Pedro doesn't.
No,
I mean,
actually,
you learned
we had
that
so much
cents per
fun with
mile
these
wears
guys.
girls' pants. That's what you learned.
No, half of cents per mile wears girls' pants.
They look like girl pants, but
yeah.
That's just so.
Can you even make that distinction without being canceled nowadays, or are we in the safe now?
When he says it himself on video, I guess you can make that distinction.
That shit was so funny, man. Hey, and Charles, I would say we had so much fun with y'all last week.
No, I love hanging out with y'all. It's a fun time.
I don't know how it happened, but we just like clicked up at the golf scramble and then like hung out the whole 3 days, dude. It was so fun. That shit was so fun.
No, it was a blast. You guys are a blast. What you guys are doing is great, and I can't wait till the next time. I mean, I'm hoping it'll be at F3.
We're trying to figure out F3, bro. We're trying.
Yeah, we just locked in our sponsors for F3, so that's pretty exciting on our end. It's going to be some good stuff. I can confirm that a Cybertruck will be involved.
Man, what's up with everybody in the Cybertruck?
No. I'm making a dig on the Cybertruck. I have many ideas, and I don't want to spoil what I'm working on, but there's going to be a Cybertruck and then my truck, and my truck is just outmassing a Cybertruck.
Hear me out, Charles. Hear me out, Charles. They say that the Cybertruck is bulletproof, but is it Mod Deuce bulletproof?
I mean, if you find someone willing to let us test that out, I'm game.
Dude, yes, that would be yes.
And the last time they said something, didn't they say the glass is unbreakable as it shattered in the demo?
That was like the first time they were doing like the little launch. Yeah, you want to throw that fucking steel ball and just.
I'm like, well, that didn't go as planned, but that's going to age so well.
Yeah, it aged. I mean, it became a meme, and then it became viral, and then everybody saw the Cybertruck, and I was like, "Oh yeah, they failed." And it was like,
I must be one of the
pretty
few
convenient for it to fail.
finds that one of the most repulsive looking automobiles.
Stop it.
You have to. You
like
have
a
to do. You
refrigerator
can't
with
get it in
wheels.
stock. When they're stock, they look like shit. But you have to get them wrapped. You have to do some off-road shit with them.
Just the whole design, bro. Like it literally looks like they went to a kindergarten class and said, draw me a picture of a truck, and that's what they drew. I personally,
that's what everybody says, but I mean,
I feel like it was a designer that couldn't draw a straight line or a curve without a ruler, and then out came
it's called the Cybertruck for a reason.
It's
inspired in the cyberpunk universe, and if you go look at the cars in the cyberpunk universe, they're kind of like that, right? They're kind of rough on the edges, high tech.
Yeah, I don't know. That thing
to me, it's just not practical. As a big truck owner, it's just not practical.
Yeah, and let's be real.
Let's be real.
If the Cybertruck, if the Cybertruck didn't get all that pre-sale,
that is the Honda. That is the Honda Ridge line of fucking EVs. Okay, that's what it is.
But I'll tell you something.
The Honda Ridge line. It looks like a truck. It acts like a truck, but it's not a truck. You know
but that's the thing. If so many people didn't want it, they wouldn't be buying it, and then the other car makers wouldn't have ever considered about a Ford F-150 electrical, right?
To Juan's point, I drove by a house the other day that looked like it was being held up with duct tape and super glue, but they had a Cybertruck in the driveway.
Yeah.
Like choices were obviously made there. Like, I'm not going to worry about my house falling apart, but I sure do want that Cybertruck.
Dude, there's one Cybertruck in Colombia. It's worth around $300,000 after importing fees. It comes on the news at least 3 times a week. I see it on my news feed, like major news media, like, oh, it got impounded, like because it didn't have something homogenized or some legal bullshit, and it got impounded, and they saw when they were putting it on the on the flatbed and then taking it to the yards for the police yards, right? But you imagine if that had my logo on it, even if it got impounded. You manage the amount of eyes that it would have gotten.
That's publicity, dude. That's why people are doing it. Truck Parking Club. I forget the other company that has
they have a really good looking one.
You got a big fucking yellow banana looking vehicle rolling down the road. You're gonna look at that.
Say what you will about a Cybertruck, but I will tell you this: the wrap on the Truck Parking Club one is sick. I don't even like Cybertruck. Did it right, man. They did it right. Wrap on that thing is sick.
Hey, and I'll give it to those Cybertrucks too, man. I saw this video where one of them they fucking dragged a Ferrari and dude burned them. I mean, it was like a little fucking quarter mile.
Yeah, but if they start trying to tow against my truck, I'll pull its back bumper off.
I want to throw some shade to Pedro. Listen, we all on this call, we all probably grew up watching the Jetsons, right?
I want my flying car.
I want my fucking flying car.
I do too.
Nobody else pushing for the flying cars.
I'm older than all.
You saw the Jetsons. Don't fuck around. You saw the Jetsons, right? No other car brought the rest of the other old manufacturers to the future saying, have you guys seen that Ioniq 5? That the one that has like the pixelated lights and all that? We wouldn't have had that if Musk hadn't pulled out of his, the Cybertruck. That's the reality of it. Like at least someone's pushing to the future because this is starting to look like 1995 just all over again.
Dude,
shit. Look at that.
EVs are
never late Nate.
Trash. EVs are trash, and when it comes to any of these races, there's no comparison. An EV will always win because it's instant acceleration. There's nothing behind that.
Oh, race me in below zero weather after
but what I'm saying is, like, people don't understand this. I'm a gearhead, bro, and like I hate the comparison because the engineering and all the stuff that goes into a naturally aspirated engine, or even if you got a blower or a turbo on it, man, like you're comparing apples to bananas. You know what I'm saying? But like Charles said, when it comes to pulling stuff, Charles's fucking F-150 Raptor would
Oh,
pull-
whoa.
what do you have, Charles? I
That
thought
was
you had a Raptor.
such an insult.
Supercharged Black Widow, sir.
Okay, sorry, Black. My bad, bro. My bad.
Raptor.
But it would pull the bumper off that fucking thing,
Yeah.
bro. Easy. Nate.
Speaking of which, so funny enough, this truck has survived. I have a curse with my trucks or cars in general, but you never saw the old one before I had the Black Widow. I had a F-150 fully wrapped with like a tethered black and white American flag veteran logo across it. Really sick looking truck. I was on the way to visit my parents in Kentucky and at a gas station, and someone rear-ended it right down the middle at a gas station. The lady gets out of the car like freaking out, and luckily I called insurance out of reflex, like right away. Insurance, I'm at a gas pump, this is on you. And she's like, I didn't see you. And I'm like, yeah, she had a tree in her back seat. She was buying it for Mother's Day for her mom, had a tree, could not see out the back window, and just floored it into my side. This one, nothing has happened yet. It's been 2 years and nothing has happened.
You better knock on that wall.
I was just about to say that, Father Freight.
Can you forgive me for saying that out loud, Father Freight?
I can't own a vehicle without it getting hit, dude. Every fucking car that we buy, it gets hit. It like it baffles me. I can buy the biggest piece of shit in the world and someone's gonna fucking hit it. I can buy the nicest vehicle in the world, someone's gonna hit it. It doesn't make sense.
I gotta leave this conversation. I mean, it's gonna be bad luck. I've got a nice pristine truck, so it's
Mr.
Mayor.
Welcome.
Yes,
Hey guys, I'm gonna split to go get the bar ready for
yeah, you got something going on tonight, right?
the After Dark event. And Hunter, if you show up with that, there's a good chance you win a $50 Amazon gift card. For
All right, I'm there.
So
That sounds fun.
an hour 15 from now. So
I don't know. The Jack in the Box is working.
it's yeah.
Thanks for coming on, Nate, bro. Or Nathan. It's always good to see you, man.
Yeah. See you around. Thanks for the invite, guys.
Yeah, later, broski. That's a cool guy right there, Mr. Cheney, man. I like the guy, dude. He's such a fucking positive dude, man.
Dude, this industry's full of cool people. I think the downside is as big as it is, it's still very small behind the scenes, but a lot of people just can't get out of their own way to put aside what you're doing for work and just get to know people on a personal level.
I agree.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. So a lot of us get busy. So you end up getting that too.
I get busy, and busy is better than being broke, but I still take time to, before I ever dive into a business deal, I want to get to know you personally. Just because you're cool on surface level, I don't want to work with just anyone. I want partners. And I think that's where it's different people, you know, whether it's putting meat in the seed or hitting the bottom line. Like, I have clients, but I prefer partners, and that takes time. That's a relationship.
Yeah, years. We were just talking about that today. Years. So have the conversation. Don't push the deal. So
yeah,
Mr. Mayor. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Charles. I almost stopped you.
I was just going to add on.
He's got something he wants to say.
Yeah, I'm going to let him, because otherwise he
got a point in that direction.
It's not important.
Pedro's got something he wants to say.
The mayor.
It is. It's the mayor. Now, go ahead, Charles. I'm serious. What I have to say, I'm serious. It's not important at all.
Oh, no. I was just saying, like, some of the best deals I've made have come from things that I wasn't looking for the short-term game. They might have taken a year to close, and maybe I wasn't even going for a close. I just really enjoyed that person's conversations. And those are ones that don't change with the market. They're not fluctuating based on business needs. They're consistent.
Oh, agreed. So you never know what happens. You just start the conversation, see where it goes, see what doors open. Also, this industry, somebody's somewhere today, they're going to be somewhere else tomorrow. You don't know what that means, where they're going to go. So this is the largest or the smallest largest industry out there.
Well, just think, like, Nate, can you believe, as long as we've known each other and been connected, you finally got on the show at Broker Carrier Summit? Yeah. Like, how insane is that? When you said that out loud, I'm like, oh shit, he's right. Like, there's so many people, so many moving parts that sometimes that gets lost in the transition on things. And I think it's really cool when you get those opportunities where you can do something like that. And Broker Carrier Summit was a great place to do it. Like
Sure,
I had conversations with people that I haven't seen in a while, and I got to see how short Leffler really is, because he undersells that shit when he says it. Like the first time I saw him, I'm like, I know that's him, but wow, he undersold that.
Is he taller than Banya, or is he shorter than Banya?
No, he's got to be shorter than Bane.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Like such a cool guy. Like him and I sit on opposite sides of every conversation.
Come on.
Every conversation that we've had, like we sit on opposite ends, but to have one in person with each other, like I thoroughly enjoyed. That was one of my favorite parts of it, was sitting down with him and just having a quick conversation on things that we're both passionate about.
Yeah. No,
And realizing that I'm still taller than some people.
Leffler was, dude, he was everything you would hope he would be in person.
Yeah.
Like he was, man. He was dude,
good people.
Yeah, he was, man. He was my
And his energy, like anyone that can talk
really
about
good energy.
safety, regulations, or law with that kind of excitement, they're good in my book. Because to have that kind of excitement on dry material, you're winning.
Man, he's just, I've told him before, and I told him at the Bro Carson, I was like, dude, you would be like one of the greatest law professors of all time. Like your energy, your excitement, your passion, man. Like
I want to see him in court.
Yes.
I want to see him in court.
Dude, could you? Oh, I know that's right. Like you see Leffler walk in, and if you're on the opposing team, you're like, we vote for a mistrial or whatever it may be. Like we back out. We back, like, that guy's gonna win, man. Yeah,
Dude, I want to see him in court. I said that when I walked away from our interview with him, and I'm like, I cannot leave this earth until I've seen Leffler in court.
I agree with that. That would be a sight to behold, 1,000%. Yeah, Matt was cool, man. I enjoyed the few talks that I had with him, and watch him on that panel, dude. Like he was just so amazing. And dude, and what I love most about Matt is, dude, he is so fact driven and information driven that you can't oppose him. That's the thing with Matt, is like, if you come up against him, dude, he is already prepared a million times over. You better be on your A game, because that dude only talks facts. He does not give opinion,
and they stick in there.
Yes. And
like he'll pull them at a drop of a dime.
Yes, dude. It was so amazing. Yeah, Matt is a crazy guy. Again, he's one of those people that you see him online, and they said they're exactly who you thought they would be. Like no different at all. I mean, Nate. I mean, we met Nate before, so I mean, I already knew to expect him. Charles.
I've met Nate plenty of times, but I've never actually got him on the show until there.
Yeah.
This is the thing about it, is like Nate. I think I saw Nate maybe 3 times. Talked to him. I mean, 3 times.
Yeah. A lot of my encounters were like in passing with Nate, because he's always busy too. We'll be at the truck shows and stuff, and he'll be busy. I'll be busy. You know how those go. You're running around like a chicken with your head cut off.
The most we ever talked prior to BCS was at Future Supply Chain in June.
Mm-hmm. So. That was where we actually got to have actual dialogue rather than, hey, I know you.
I mean, are you taking some days off from the road, or are we done for this year? Or you got more to go? Because you travel a lot, man.
I got more.
I've got one more to go. I'm going to go to F3. So
yeah, I got F3, and luckily that's in my hometown. And then I got DC, the Veteran Readiness Summit, which is by far one of my favorite events. Just because.
Oh yeah, did you tell Pedro
Veteran Readiness?
Yeah, Vet Readiness Summit. So it's in DC. It's like the second week. What you do is you go to this summit. It's at the ATA headquarters, and it's the one time a year I can walk in, and I feel like I need Father Freight to bless me before I burst into flames. But I go in there, and it's a really enriching experience. All these companies' top executives come together to talk about attracting veterans in the trucking, to retaining them, and to supporting them. And there's these really good panels, great information. You leave that, and immediately they do an award ceremony where this organization gives a fully decked out semi truck to one of the veterans that are voted upon in it. And then you leave that, you go to the Reefs Across America Gala, which is its own experience. If you ever have an opportunity to go, you should go. It's fantastic. Being a vet, I truly appreciate it. And then the next morning you go to Arlington and lay reefs. I mean, it is a very well thought out event. This year they even got the Army Navy game happening while we're there.
Is that 13th, 14th December?
It's thrown by Fastport, and let me check my calendar because I already have it roped off. It is the 10th through the 14th.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's a great event.
I don't know what I would have to do to get in on any of that, but the Arlington thing would be the deal because my grandfather is buried at Arlington.
Nice.
Yeah,
it's cool, man. And actually up by Hunter, there's this lady, she runs Waypoint Vets. She's up in the Nashville area. She runs an organization where it's a non-for-profit. They get vets from all over, but they've got a huge focus inside the transportation initiative for them. And they take them on these extreme, like rappelling trips, hiking trips, all kinds of cool stuff. Like they've gone to Zion National Forest and done hiking. And then they build these support groups to support veterans. They did a really cool one last year, and it ended like right before the summit, where they took Vietnam era vets to Vietnam to travel the tunnels. And it was just this really cool. They do a lot of cool stuff. It's a really cool non-for-profit. We've done a lot with them. She's awesome person in general. Like I need to get you guys plugged up with her because she's cool people.
You know, you say that just it made me think about this, and I need to go look at the T-shirt I have. But this is before we started the show. But I hooked up with an organization. They had a thing on Facebook, and they give free vacations out to veterans. And you just send in your information, you sign up, and you know almost everybody gets chosen. But I'd have to go back and check. I think they sent us like a $500 Marriott gift card, and then like a $500 Visa gift card, and then they sent us gas cards. They basically send you like $1,500 or $2,000 for you and your family to like take a vacation, like you know within your state or whatever like that. And dude was completely free. And the only thing they ask is that you take pictures and send them back to them so they can post them on the site. And everyone that donates is like anonymously. And when I talked to a lady, you know, I asked her, I said, are these just like everyday people? And she was like, believe it or not, she said, there are celebrities and multi-millionaire, billionaire people that are involved in this organization that donate this money just for veterans to be able to go and have a good time and enjoy stuff with their family. So, dude,
it's a really like it's one of the most well thought out experiences for this one because, like I said, you got that summit going on, and during that summit, they actually go to the Pentagon for a reef laying ceremony. They have the ESGR do signings as an employer. So, like, if you're in attendance and you want to sign and have like a professional photo of you signing a professional document supporting the ESGR. It's a really cool experience. You have all your top brass from all these different companies, from NFI to CRST, all of them in attendance. It's really cool stuff.
I'm down for anything that has to do with veterans, man. I think, I mean, I don't know. You and I've talked about this personally a lot. I think veterans should be over everybody in this country.
I want to highlight a company that gives Veterans Day off. Like, yeah, that's something like it's insane.
I take Veterans Day off. I actually commented on someone's post about this earlier, man. My boss knows, like, I don't care if Veterans Day is a Monday or a fucking Wednesday or a Sunday. I'm not working. I'm not.
Good for you, man. I want to see companies give it. You already asked people to sign that little piece of paper so you can get a tax break. You can't give them Veterans Day off at least. Like, screw your sticker that you want to throw on the side of my truck. Like, it's cool to be recognized, but like, do something meaningful. Like, give them the day off so they can, you know, celebrate what they've done. So they can sit there and give that time back to that they can't get back from the time in service. Like, I think that's huge. And I know very few companies that do it.
Veterans Day is a whole thing with me, dude. Like, I'm serious, man. I start off my day every year. I go and at 9:00 Sports Clips opens, and I go and I get me a free fucking haircut, whether I need it or not, at Sport Clips. And then dude, I'm serious. I start making them rounds.
You working for that Sports Clip sponsorship right now?
No, I'm serious. Like they're the only haircut place around me that does the Veterans Day thing. So I always go to Sport Clips, get a free haircut, dude, and I go get free lunch. I go get free dinner. I don't even give a shit if I want what you're giving a veteran for free. I go get it just because you're offering. And that may sound crazy, but
it's supporting. It's what they want.
No, it is. And it's funny you say that. I actually got into it with Red Robin about 10 years ago because they were doing the veterans get a free meal thing. And I was working at the DFW airport in a shipper's position at that time. And I just wanted to order my food and pick it up. And they said, oh no, you have to eat it here. And I said, what the fuck does it matter whether I eat it in a restaurant or somewhere else? And they said, oh, well, because we want the veterans and stuff here. We're taking pictures. Dude, I literally told the lady, I said, go give me a manager. She brought the manager to me and said, listen, man, I'm not a publicity stunt. If you're going to offer me a free meal, it shouldn't matter whether I eat it here or whether I eat it outside in my car or on the fucking curb. I like, don't offer it. Don't put stipulations on what you're going to do for the men and women that sacrifice for this country. But anyway, yeah, dude, I make a whole day out of Veterans Day. I'm serious, bro. I have a whole day out of it. Even today, when I went to Spirit Halloween and got my costume, I asked the same first question I asked everyone. Do you offer a veterans discount? Everywhere I shop, I do. Everywhere I shop.
See, have you started shopping online at the exchange?
I did, man. I have not bought anything there from a while, but
have you seen since they have upgraded it?
I have not been on since they upgraded it though.
Yeah, they've upgraded it to the point where like they work with Home Depot and all these others, and you can order stuff that you would find on those websites, but get them tax free and with the veteran discounts that they offer. It's pretty cool stuff.
Dude, I'm gonna go check that out. I am like
that's just like, do you have that Choose VA card?
I do, yeah.
The most worthless piece of plastic the government can roll out, because the two sides of the government don't communicate. They say this is supposed to replace your DD-214 because it's got too much personal information, but they didn't pass that memo to any other government organization. So when you go to present that, no one gives you anything like, I need your DD-214. And I'm like, what? What's the purpose of this thing that I worked for?
Yeah.
ID me. Yeah. That.
Yeah, I'm a big ID me one. They're a good one, man. They put out a lot of stuff, dude. But yeah,
check out the exchange. It's gone a long way, man. There's a lot. I got my dishwasher through them,
dude. Funny enough, so like I'm not retired from the military, but I am a disabled veteran, so I have my VA card. And some odd years ago, they changed the rule to where if you have a VA, even if you're a disabled veteran, as long as you have a VA card, you could get on post. And we used to go shopping at the commissary. And you know what I mean? And then we stopped, and the commissary, dude, this is funny, bro. The federal fucking government, AFIS, literally sent us a $25 off $100 purchase or more at the commissary, Charles. I was like, what? Holy shit. So, oh man. Well, anyway, when it comes to veterans, I think veterans should be over everybody. You can try to tell me I'm wrong, but you're wrong. Veterans
you're not going to get that from me. I sit in the same protected class as you, man.
Yeah, I do. I feel you, man. Like, they say veteran. It's just like truckers and veterans. And there are so many truck drivers that are veterans are one and the same in this struggle, where the country says, oh, we love you. We appreciate you. We can't do nothing without you. But when you try to use that, I don't want to say use it, but when that comes into a position where you're like, oh, maybe I could leverage it. So like, oh, sorry, there's rules, stipulations, and guidelines. Please refer to our legal team. It's like, you shady motherfuckers. Like,
I look at those as like a put up or shut up type moment. Like when I was a driver, and drivers experience it quite a bit, where you're going through orientation and they have you check a box, and all of a sudden someone comes in from another office and they're like, here's some paperwork to fill out, or here's a tablet to fill out. And it's that questionnaire so they can get their tax break.
Yes.
Man, I had a blast with that shit. Someone would hand it to me and I'm like, what am I getting in return? We give you this sticker. Hell with your sticker. Like, you want a tax break? Show me something that this tax break that you're getting is being reapplied to the veterans that you're collecting it from. And if you can't show me that direct correlation, I'm not filling this out, and you can kick rocks.
Bro, dude. So we live near a military base, and this is how deep this shit goes that you're talking about. The school districts around here literally send out, I have to ask my wife, but I think it's called Impact Aid is what they do. They've been doing this since I was a child. It's called the Impact Aid form. And what it is for them to collect information on all the active duty military and veterans and shit in the school district that have children that go to the school so they can collect their fucking tax incentive for educating veteran children. Like you people are pawn scum, man. Like you are just so horrible, making money off the backs of these people and their children. It's absolutely disgusting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my wife's right. Hey, here was another one, Charles. This is another fucking scam in the driver industry, bro. When I first became a driver, you got a bonus for being a veteran. And so all y'all out there, this is how far back I go in driving. I know there's drivers that go back further. When I first started driving, my starting cent per mile was 32 cents per mile. I got 2 cents extra for being a veteran. 34 cents per mile. That was at FFE, or I actually worked for a company called Lisa Motor Lines, which was a subsidiary of them. FFE, Night Refrigerated did the same thing. I think you got 2 or 3 cents per mile. US Express, same thing. You got 2 or 3 cents per mile. Like all of them. That's what they give you now. I mean, it does add up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to lie, but yeah, it's like
26 cents a mile back in the day, brother.
Really, Nate?
Cents a mile. That was
holy shit, bro. That's crazy.
Shit.
Dude, hey, you're right, Paul. Hiring veterans.
Oh, do not repeat that. No,
No, it is whatever. Well, whatever.
No, do not.
It is good business. I mean, I don't know what the thing is, but it is good business.
No, it's an inside joke. We both know somebody that goes out there and says, working with veterans is just good for business. And I'm just like,
well, in a bad way, no, but in a good way, it is because
no, it is if applied. It's again, put up or shut up. Dude, don't just say it, do it.
Yes. Well, I mean, veterans again, dude, like this is my thing where it comes where veterans should be first in everything in this country, whether it be in employment applications, whether it be for any type of federal assistance like welfare, everything. Veterans should be first, and not only because they're in the elite 1% of the country who signed up and said, I'll put my life on the line for this fucking country, who in the end is going to give 2 fucks about me. But veterans are the best employees because they're literally taught to follow instruction to the T. That is their job. Whether you are a private or whether you are a fucking colonel, you are taught, bred, and
it's very hard to break that out of them. You have to completely re-break them to take that away. Now, not just like bad doctors and bad lawyers, there's bad vets.
There is true. You're right, Charles. 100%.
But I will say, like the ones that spent some time in there, you see it. I tell people all the time, like I'll toe the company line with the best of them. But if you give a bad instruction and I carry it out, at the end of the day, whose fault is that?
I agree, dude. I agree. And I mean, all they just are, man. Like vets they're just good, even in leadership positions. Like, you know, veterans are critical thinkers, they're logical thinkers. As much shit as we talk about the military, when you get right down to like the NCO level and stuff, man, like, I mean, it is.
I'll challenge that a little bit. I'll challenge, and here's why I'll challenge it. I had a really great discussion with a friend and a supporter that I've gotten to know over the years. And I'll tell you what, the one thing about veterans is we come from a side of things where thick skin is required. Yeah. And so generally we're very blunt. We're very direct.
Guys, I forgot I had a 6:30 appointment.
Well, you missed that.
I have to drive there. It's a great hanging out with you guys, Dr. Phil. Freight Father. Great costume, man.
I appreciate it, brother.
Later, broski.
Catch you later, Banya. Always good hanging out. So,
but to what I was saying, we're very blunt, and today's world that's not always welcomed. You got all these feelings getting mixed into things, and where I do believe feelings and all that got to be respected, I don't believe they got to be taken to the extent where your feelings get in the way of me giving proper communication because your feelings are getting hurt when it shouldn't be.
Agree.
Yep.
I'm with you, man. But yes, it is.
Like I
guess
spend so much time tiptoeing around things. The amount of time I could save if I could just be blunt and say, yeah, this idea is terrible. Please bring me a better one.
They are. I agree with you on that. Veterans are very direct people, but that's military stuff though, man. Like in the military, it's direct, like because you can't beat around the bush or leave.
But it's efficient.
Yes, it is.
It's
It is.
highly efficient when when you take your egos to the side and can communicate very direct. Oh, geez, yeah, he is. He's not lying there.
Oh man,
what do you mean no tack? There's tack. It's just a matter of we're very direct to the point where it's efficient.
Dude, I was a very different person before the Army and after the Army, dude, like 100% different. I so beat around the bush, and now I just tell people exactly what I'm feeling or exactly what I need them to do. Like, this is what I'm asking or what you need to do, and it does not always go over well. Like some people need you to, rub their feet and make them feel good. And it's like, bro, I just need you to go outside and take the trash can from the curb and put it next to the house. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, and the funny thing is I've been in organizations where they welcome that direct, effective talking skill that you get from the military. But I've also been part of organizations or worked with organizations where you want to talk about being categorized as a wrecking ball. That's how you do it. You be so direct and honest that it throws them off because they're so used to people bullshitting their way. And all of a sudden, it's not welcomed. So, I mean, it is a tough break for veterans that have learned that that's the appropriate way to communicate because they don't generally fare that well in those situations. I've had to learn to taper down. Like Paul knew me when I was like super direct and he was like, holy shit, you're a jackhammer.
I don't know. I guess to each his own when it comes to it in the professional world. I just feel when it comes to employees, like you said, there are bad veterans. There are shitbag veterans, just like there's shitbag everybody. But for the most part, people who have served in the military, that they're dependable. They have integrity. They're honest. They're going to be on time. They're going to follow direction. If they're in a leadership role, their entire mindset is mission success because that's what they teach in the military. It doesn't matter what you have to do as long as the goal that we set is met. And that's what veterans do, bro. It's all about driving forward. They just see the end goal, the end mission, and that's what you go towards. And
dude, you just summed up my experience in a nutshell. That's all I care about. You give me a goal, I'm achieving it. And all that other stuff, that tiptoeing around stuff, we can address that on the back end. You don't have to like me on the front end. Let's just get the job done, and then we can smooth things over once the job's been done.
Oh, 1,000%, bro. 1,000%.
But it works well. I mean, I can tell you my personal experience is one of the best compliments I've gotten from people is how direct I am because they're so used to, from a client standpoint, how many vendors are out there telling people what they want to hear rather than what they need to hear. I'm not a good consultant if I fluff you. I'm a good consultant if I work myself out of a job.
Work yourself out of a job. Yeah. You'll never do that, Charles. I don't believe
No, you do. If you do it right, you do. If you train and teach people enough, one of the best compliments I get is when they're like, hey, we got this. Now, of course, something comes up down the line and then they come back, but that's the business I want. I want them to know like, hey, you're good. I don't want to be sitting there milking you forever because I'm not going to give you the secret to the Big Mac sauce. That's what you hired me for.
Oh, shit.
I mean, you guys
shit. There goes the house.
You guys said my name 3 times.
Fucking Beetlejuice.
I know, dude. You're like a horror movie. That is a short movie. Bloody Mary, Paul Gibson.
Yep. Yeah, I will show up in your dark bathroom where you're looking in the mirror. For sure. Don't try it.
Should put that on your dating profile. Say my name 3 times and I'll be there.
This worked out really well. Now I can do what I was trying to do.
My wife is ecstatic now, Paul. You don't know that you're officially her new fucking bestie, and you don't even know it.
Oh, I mean, I do. We were hanging out, we were partying, and we had
She
certain.
loves you, Paul. She fucking loves you. I'm serious, bro. If you ever break her heart, I'll fucking hurt you.
That's fair. I mean, we kind of trauma bonded a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like every other relationship in trucking.
Pretty much. You know, she's part of the industry now. So, yep.
What's up, buddy?
Oh, not much, man. Just got home. Just got done hanging out, you know, at work, and then now I'm hanging out at home. It's that batch life, man.
Hell yeah.
How is that?
Where are you working at today?
The office, the CDL Life office where I work.
He has
I
to
don't
go
know
into
anything
an
about your work
office.
life, man. I thought you just went out there recording videos, eating manure.
Oh no, it'd be cool if that's what I did, but that is not it. And we had to record cents per mile today.
Yeah.
Which
is an awesome interview for next week. We got a really cool guest coming on, dropping some knowledge.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Who's
it's
on-
Father Freight, Paul.
yeah,
Father Freight.
you're looking very pious today, Hunter.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Either Nate is frozen or he's staring at something.
No, I'm
Oh!
working project.
That was a jump scare.
I took a picture of Hunter and I'm working a Canva thing.
Oh no.
Yeah, you hear that, Paul? Canva thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You don't like Canva, Paul?
Canva is frustrating.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
I'm trying to-
You guys need to use the old Adobe Express.
yeah. There you
Well, I
go.
got that too, but
No, so
His
I think-
frustration comes from it's replacing him.
it is. I think the best way to explain it is Guitar Hero versus playing actual guitar.
yeah. That's a great way.
and
That's a great way of putting that.
this is a Logistics Lounge exclusive. I'm giving this to you.
Okay.
So I make fun of Charles all the time for using Canva. Canva has come a long way. And so like guitar, I can play guitar pretty well. But I am terrible at Guitar Hero. Canva has come a long way, and I recently checked it out probably about a month ago. And there's a learning curve for me, and that's frustrating. It's like CapCut. I couldn't figure out CapCut either.
Oh, that one was stupid.
It took me a while to accept CapCut, but I
CapCut is the
have a
business.
routine that I figured out, and it makes it bearable. So
CapCut is the business.
not sharing that on camera, but
I have Premiere Rush.
Got
Charles-
that.
Charles, this comment is as much for you as it is for Paul. My wife says she's trying to teach Paul how to get in her pants, and she does not mean by wearing them. And she says she loves you, twin.
I am a size 14.
I don't wear girls' pants, so I cannot help it all here.
That is true. Charles is not.
you cannot prove that.
His
I
pants,
can.
no, his pants always have those like cool little designs on the back pocket.
Yeah, and what's underneath those pants?
Well, I didn't mean
More
it like
pants.
Charles wears
We
twin pants, like wears girls' pants. I meant it as like Charles, like laugh with me, bro. Come on.
Oh,
like,
I'm
we gotta
laughing
keep
with
this
you,
thing
man.
going.
I can't believe he said that shit on camera.
Hey,
Didn't
I
know
mean,
that-
it's a thing, dude.
subtly recording. But Paul's a good sport, bro. You're
Look at
fucking
me.
awesome, like,
Look at me. Just look at me real good, right? Dude, I used to have swoopy hair and wear eyeliner and stuff. I'm not above it. It's a choice I made.
dude, I'm with you, bro. I thought it was funny. I'm glad you let me put that shit up because I was like, dude, this is so fucking awesome. Like, this is
What do
so
you mean
good.
let? That shit was up. It was asked for forgiveness, not permission.
No, no,
Yeah.
no, that's not true. I'm pretty sure my wife asked Paul, like, hey, do you mind if we put this up on the?
We all know it was going up either way.
It
Yeah,
was
that's
going
fine.
up by
You
the way,
can't
but
let
we
that die.
tried.
Like
We
that's
tried.
a great thing, man.
Everybody
Nah.
always sees me from like here up, so just show everybody those size 14s. Yeah. Not about it.
So hey, let's get a breakdown of your barbecue review from Texas.
Yes.
It was okay.
Where did you go, by the way, if you don't mind me asking, Paul?
There was a little barbecue place that we went to.
Riskies.
Right. What was it called?
Risky.
Oh,
Sure.
Right
fucking
across the
God.
street, right?
Those people fucking suck, dude.
I thought the people were really nice.
The
food was
barbecue
just
sucks, bro.
okay.
They have other locations, but I mean, whatever. Hey,
I
everybody's
think
got
he's
their barbecue
confusing
thing. I'm not there.
his feelings on barbecue over driving in Texas.
No, bro.
No.
I think driving in Texas is
No.
fine. We have some of the
I
best
said the
roads in
barbecue.
country.
I said the
Absolutely
barbecue is
not. We have
okay.
some of the best highways in
Driving
the
at
country.
VFW is not okay. Or DFW. Sorry, I got stuck in your guys' veteran conversation earlier. Driving in DFW is not okay.
Bro,
It's
that
just
ain't
not.
shit. That ain't shit compared to Houston, dude.
I mean, I've been to
I
Houston.
don't
I
know,
mean,
man. DFW gets that. I'll take DFW over any of the airports in Houston. So, or I'll take Houston over any of the airports at DFW.
Dude, I would drive to DFW before I'd ever drive in Houston because at least DFW, I've lived there and we go up there enough. Like I know how to navigate off the fucking interstates.
So Pedro, I've driven them both, somewhat recently. I mean, I guess. Well, to be fair, in Houston, Charles drove and I rode. But at the same time, it's not. It's who hurt you in Houston. Who hurt you? It's not.
Dude, I think the same thing about Austin. So here's the thing when it comes to DFW. I mean, I don't know off the top of my head, but you probably have 10 different highways, not interstates, but highways that you could take. In Houston, let's see, there's 10, 45, 610, and the fucking Beltway, and 59. That's it. That's it. There's no other way to get around that massive metropolis besides that handful of places. And again, I lived in DFW, man. Like I know how to get around and I know what times to be driving, what times to not, what direction to be going in at what time. So I don't know. It's just different for me there, I guess.
I do have to give it to you that we went from arguing about barbecue and whether or not the barbecue is okay, and now we're having a conversation about two different things that are both terrible, and they're both in Texas.
Yeah, whatever.
Everything's just awful.
Again, everyone always talks shit about Texas barbecue. To each his own. But the thing about
the traffic.
The thing about
it's worse than Atlanta.
The thing about Texas barbecue is every time someone talks shit, they go to some stupid ass chain type barbecue in some fancy fucking place when you should be going to like the hole in the wall joints. And next time you come down here, man, if we have time, we'll pick a place on the Texas barbecue trail. We'll go down to somewhere like Lockhart, where they've been doing barbecue in the same building for like 70 years. And I mean, they've literally been on Food Network, all these things. Like, I mean, I'm telling you, man, it just depends, man. Everybody's got their own thing for barbecue. I mean,
it's going to be easier if you just come to Kansas City. We'll go, we'll order, we'll sit down, you'll take a bite, and then you'll just say, and the conversation's over.
Here's my thing with everyone else's barbecue. Here's the thing with everyone else about it. Every fucking where else, y'all are pork and fucking chicken people. And that's great. Everybody can do pork and chicken. But I like beef, man. And when it comes to brisket and beef ribs and all that stuff, I mean, Texas is where it's at. That's just it. And Texas is different. Most people like sweet type barbecues. And down here in Texas, that's not what it is. It's more of a spicy, and people like a lot of dry rubs. It's not always wet. So it just
we're literally famous
for
making the terrible part of the end of the brisket that nobody even normally wants to eat anywhere else. The greatest thing, we literally took the part that nobody wants
so much
and
sugar.
got
it's so
famous.
funny that you say that because they literally sell burnt ends down here. And I could go to HEB right now, and HEB literally sells chopped beef brisket, and then they sell right next to it beef brisket burnt ends. The chopped beef brisket is always empty, and the burnt ends is always full.
Yep, because you guys don't know what the hell you're doing down there.
I want that nasty fucking.
I'm out of here, guys. Dinner time.
I'm getting
Dinner
spud.
time.
I'm getting spud on. I need my barbecue.
Oh,
back.
talking about barbecue.
Yeah, dude, Nate.
Yeah, I'm out of here. I got
Later,
brother.
Nate. Thanks for coming.
Later,
and
brother,
hanging
man.
out.
Doing ready for me.
Mi-
Be on the
Mr.
lookout
Mayor.
for that Father Freight picture that you're cooking up over there.
Yeah, I gave up. I was paying too much attention to it. So yeah, I got that nice. I got you looking off, and I was starting to do something. I mean, we'll come up with something tomorrow, maybe. So
I tried telling him that, Nate. I tried telling him we got to get a picture up in front of like a fucking Catholic church.
that's
Like,
what I was.
Oh,
starting to
no,
do. I
no,
was
no,
starting to
no.
do
That's the
something
wrong
like that,
direction.
and I
We'll go in front of like a truck or something.
I actually went out on ChatGPT and I'm like, give me a church with trucks around it and whatever. And
yes, exactly.
But
That's
I
exactly
just
what
I
we
was
need.
spending too much time on it. I'll deal with it tomorrow. So when I get it up, we'll put it up on social media for you. So Father Freight. All right, guys. Catch you later.
Mr. Mayor, have
Later,
a good
brother.
one. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us.
Yep.
Yep. So, I'm not a veteran, so I'm not going to weigh in too much on that conversation. But I have had a lot of veteran friends, and currently I work really close with one. And I think the only thing with veterans is you guys don't stop working. Like, look at this asshole right now. He's looking at his computer screen. That's what he's doing. He's looking down. He's not surfing the internet. He's working right now, or
I'm doing
that
the
way.
same thing, bro. I'm doing the
He's
same
working.
thing. I have
Exactly.
flat-
See,
Thing with this
you know
guy.
who's not working? Me and Papa.
Papa
Jesus,
Freight.
straight
That's
up
the
there.
name,
Yeah.
Papa Freight.
Papa Freight.
Papa Freight. No, that is Mr. Dot's name. We cannot take Mr. Dot's moniker. Papa
Okay.
Freight. That's Steve Tittle's name.
Hey, I can talk and work.
Oh no, it's just it's that you're always working when you're talking. It's
Yeah.
very rare. Every now and
Yeah,
then there'll be like a solid friend conversation that we have when he's finally done and has bourbon.
And
'cause
he
that's
knows
like
he knows when we're
what he does.
talking and he's saying something, and I'll be slow to respond because I'm multitasking. So I'm trying to finish one thought because I can listen, but trying to talk and type something different never works.
It's true.
Dude, it's like we're the same fucking people, but not.
Dude,
Because that's
it's
the
like
same thing, dude.
It's like you would have thought Charles was like a sniper when he was in, because it will go dead quiet and like you won't even know if he's there. It's just like, where is Charles? He's so far away and you can't hear him, you can't see him, but he's just on the phone, but he's just working. Yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
It drives my wife nuts when I do that shit because she'll be talking, or I'll be talking to my parents, and she's like, "Would you stop working or doing something else on your phone and just talk to the people?" And I'm like, I got stuff to do. I start getting a nervous twitch if I stop working.
Well, Charles has like 3 jobs. He's only got 1 job. He's got like 3 jobs. Oh, looks like your wife's calling you out, man. Saying
Yeah,
you're
I'm
the
the
executive.
same way, man.
Yeah.
I never turn off, man. I don't. Like, I've always got something to do. Last night I was in front of my computer here till 9 o'clock, and I said, okay, I'm done. And then I went out, sat on the couch, picked up my phone, and started doing more fucking work. Like, I'm just, dude, I
do that when watching shows with my wife. She likes to watch certain TV shows, and I'm watching them, but she can't fathom the idea that I can watch them and work on my phone at the same time.
Yeah, I'm doing that's way, man. Like, I don't know. I would say it's a military thing, but like, I've always kind of been that way. That's my upbringing, because my family's all, farmers and ranchers and entrepreneurs, and they own several different businesses.
Yeah.
And
My dad had multiple heart attacks working in trucking, and he kept ticking. Why can't I?
Yeah, dude. Like, so I mean, I'm just like, to me, it's like, if you have idle time, that's a bad thing. Like, there is something
idle
you
hands are
doing
dangerous
with that time. And I know everyone's saying, oh, you got to stop and pause and whatever. And it's like, dude, I want to do that, but I have to do these things first so I can thoroughly enjoy my stop and pause time, and it not just be for 10 or 15 minutes. It could be 10, 15, 20.
But let's
fucking
trauma
minutes long.
bond for a minute here, Pedro. When you go on vacation, do you like unplug? Do you ever unplug?
She nailed it.
I would love to. The only way I could unplug, Charles, is if I don't have internet. If
Okay,
I am not receiving emails, or
it's not
Slack
just me.
messages,
It's a vet thing.
I could do it, dude. But no, if I have internet and I'm receiving notifications, even though my team, like I'll tell my team, like, hey, I'm going out, like even Broke Care Summit, I'm going out of town. I sent emails to all my customers, everything lined up. I'm still sitting there watching everything. And my team's just, I'm like, no, don't fucking do that. Do this. What are you doing? Like, it is so like, I can never turn it off, bro. I'm not a micromanager, but I'm one of those people that I don't trust others with anything that is mine. I don't care what it is. Like, I just don't trust that someone else is going to do or put in the time or the effort or the dedication that I'm going to put into it. And so I always have to be watching to make sure that those things are done. That's with everything in my life, bro, whether it's work or we're talking about mowing the grass. I have 3 fucking sons. They don't mow my yard. I will never in my life let them touch my fucking lawnmower or my weed eater. Never, ever.
My question with that then is, Hunter, what do you do here?
Yeah, that's true. he's the eye candy. That's all he is. He's the eye candy. Hey, and what is it that Bill Robinson calls you, Hunter? Beefcake? That's what he called you in his beefcake, right?
I love that.
Did.
I'm just always on, man. And I mean, like I said, I will say for me, it is an upbringing, but a veteran thing. Like and even though I wasn't in the military long, I grew up in a military family. I mean, dude, my grandfather was a colonel, and my other grandfather was an E8 in the Air Force. I have uncles that were majors and command sergeant. Like, that is the way I was brought up. Like, if you have idle time, you are doing something wrong, because every moment of your life you can fill with completing a task. And I don't know.
I look at it much the same way, but I look at it slightly different.
Yeah.
I know I only have so much runway that I can do the amount of work I'm doing right now. So I want to get as much of that runway out as possible before I can't work to that level, and then I can enjoy what I built around me.
Sorry. He answers for you on date night. That's cute.
Well, I mean, bro, I answer everybody. I mean, I love my wife, man, but my wife knows I'm building an empire, bro. I've got a plan. Dude. Like, that's what I'm doing. I'm on the hustle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to do this.
Yeah, this show literally ruined my marriage.
Yeah,
Legitimately, he's talking about this show, not our show.
I know. I mean, hey, dude, my wife have had instances in that too, where she's like, "Babe, you really need to stop with the lounge and unplug." And I'm like, "Listen, hey, when you're trying to build something great, babe, you have to make sacrifices." It was just like when I was a truck driver and I was climbing my ladder as a truck driver, and I maxed out making, $90,000 a year, and I had to find something else to do. That's what this is. Like, I am trying to build the empire. So when I decide to retire at 60 or 65, we have all the money that we could ever want to do whatever the fuck we want to do. But I'm fortunate when it comes to the lounge, I can bring my wife along for the ride, and we can have a good time, and we can share in those moments. And Broker Care Summit was one of them. And Paul and Charles, you two are part of some of those memories, man. Like, dude, my wife came home just talking about sharing those times with you guys, man, and how it made her
dude,
see
your wife's
different.
awesome.
So by those times,
she did, like,
and I'm sure she'll weigh in, by those times, does she just mean when we watched like that most ridiculous confrontation in the streets in the stockyards?
Dude, she told me that. I had Hunter, we should have been outside filming that shit.
Dude,
no idea
why
the craziness that fucking Paul and my wife saw standing outside of the Stockyard Saloon.
It was pretty nuts.
It would, dude. I know I did it happen, Paul, and she told me about that. She was like, "Why the fuck didn't you film this?" Like,
I don't know why I didn't film it. I think I'm always worried about filming that stuff. Because then one person who's just like insanely mad for no reason or some reason will look over and then all of a sudden be like, "Are you filming? You got that camera in my face? You better stop recording." Like, I don't know. It's always worrying.
What my point was that my wife said that watching all of us here on screen, watching us 4 do our thing at the summit and the networking and the content creation and everything, like she was like, babe, I have a whole new respect for what you guys do. Like, I mean, she literally posted a picture of me like passed out, bro. I literally laid on the bed saying, babe, I just need to stretch my back out. And next thing I know, I'm asleep for 2
Dude,
hours.
I slept for 12 and a half
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah,
after
dude.
that.
It's
That's how I know 40's right around the corner.
bro. It was nuts, dude. And so yeah, I'm lucky. I'm lucky. This thing I get to bring my wife along with. Even with my job, man, doing brokering. I mean, if I wanted to bring my wife along with something, I could. My boss would pay for it, be no big deal.
That's what I want to do. I want to show my wife and son how it's like to be on one of those conferences, and actually, because they've gone, but they never get to attend.
Yeah.
And it gives a whole new appreciation for the work that goes in, because you got the content side, you got the work side, and then you have the networking that kind of fuels it all. And that's a lot. Your average person goes there to do one of those three, not three of three.
Yes. But dude, my wife loved it, man. She loved every moment of it. Like, and the big part of that was, because of you, Charles, Paul, and Josh too, man. Y'all's Josh. You guys made her feel so fucking welcome. And Dan Lindsay, everyone there, man. She thoroughly enjoyed it, dude. And that stuff's important to me, man, because even though I don't take a break, I'm glad that when it comes to the lounge, like even Matt's, dude, when I get to bring my wife to Matt's, like, bro, it's gonna be shit on another level, things that she's never got to experience in her life, man.
One of the most memorable moments of my life, I got to share with one of my best friends and my son, and it was at Matt's.
What was that, bro?
Paul and CJ took over the show to do the intro for Matt's, and CJ stole my tagline, my little hand sign, everything. Cute. And he's like,
I remember that.
He was like,
I remember
"Hi,
that.
I'm Charles. I'm Charles Gracie, the host."
And I'm your no, he said, "I'm your toast," because he choked up a little bit.
Then I started making jokes about child labor and if it was okay that he was on there.
The only thing that even comes close to that was, and it's a rough one. That one's good because I have Paul and CJ, and those two are awesome people.
Yep,
the only thing that comes close to that is when it had the three Charles of trucking on the show. We did a show on Freight Waves with What the Truck, where you had my dad, my son, and myself. And Dooner went around and asked CJ, "Oh, so you want to be in trucking? Why?" And he's like, "I want to place good drivers and good jobs." Straight up jacked my tagline, everything. And I'm like, "Look at you little G."
Jam.
Yeah. That it's those moments, and that's where all the work that you get to put into it, at least for me, cumulatively comes and pays off tenfold. Like, I can't recreate a moment like that where you have all three generations of Charles on one show, or where you have my son and one of my best friends on the show. Like, outside of the networking, it's those things right there that really become highlights to this.
Oh yeah, brother. Hey guys, I got to get off here because I got to go to trunk or treat at my son's deal, dude. Y'all can hang on, but just give me 30 minutes. I'll be back because I'm gonna go fucking live.
I gotta hop on this warehouse thing that.
Yeah, I gotta go get me some dinner and unplug. I've got it all my done.
Hey,
I am the logistics lounge now. I'm just gonna sit here and do a monologue for like an hour.
You play it. Paul, we trust you, bro. We trust you.
No, I'm good.
Before I get off here, I do just want to say, since we got you both on screen, dude, I really had a fantastic time with you guys last week. I'm serious, man. It was really fun hanging out with y'all and Josh, and just hanging out, dude. It really was. It was freaking fun, man. And more importantly, dude, because my wife is my fucking world. Man, I'm serious, bro. I would do anything for my wife. There's nothing I wouldn't do for her. Nothing.
I hope so. She's listening. Any answer other than that is going to get you in trouble.
Well, I mean, hey, I'm not saying that just on air. If she told me right now, walk away from the lounge, I would. Like, that's just me. Like, I love her.
I mean, aren't you literally getting up to walk away from the lounge to go to?
I am, because of her. I know you're right. It's so it's so ironic, isn't it? It's right. But anyway, hey, what I say is you guys made my wife feel extremely welcome, and that means a lot to me as well. And that goes out to everyone that was at the summit. But dude, I like hanging out with you guys, man. It really was fun, man. I mean, it really was. I I hope that we get to do it a lot freaking more. And I love this little back and forth shit that we got going on. Like it's fun to find someone else that Hunter and I can mess with and talk shit to, and they don't take offense to it, and they can come back with stuff. So like, we absolutely love that, man. Charles, we'll start with you, bro. Do you have any exiting comments, questions, concerns, updates? You want to drop some plugs, bro? Anything upcoming for Cents Per Mile?
Yeah, no, honestly, man, it's been great. It was great to chill with you guys in Fort Worth. Fantastic to meet the myth behind the legend and find out who's the real legend over there, Pedro.
That's true, bro.
But outside of that, like, honestly, people just need to get out there and network. Put your egos to the side, like we said earlier. Get out there and network. Put a personality next to the brand, not just that PowerPoint shit that everyone puts out all the time, and it manifests in a way more success, at least in my opinion, than all that other stuff people try to put out there, all that fluff.
Yeah, I agree so much, man. Yeah, I agree. But hey, relationships are truly built in person, man. They really are. It's one thing to talk online or talk on the phone or email or whatever, but it is a totally different thing to be face to face with someone and get to know them. So yeah. Mr. Gibson, what about you, broski? Same question.
Oh, it was really cool to meet you guys in person. It was really cool to know that you guys were the same people in person.
Yeah.
That was pretty dope. As far as making friends with your wife, I don't know. Maybe I have confidence issues. I'm still just convinced it was the pants. Just like, I'm the only person here wearing women's pants too. And I was like, there's two of us. But yeah, no, it was super fun. It was super cool to meet you guys. And I'm glad you guys didn't suck in person. So that was awesome. And I guess if anybody's still watching, I don't know, vote.
Yeah, go vote. That is a good thing. Go vote. We'll touch on that in a minute. Paul, seriously, my wife, dude, she does love you, man. Like, seriously, you of everyone that she met at the summit, you are the only person, you and Christy Knitchell and Claudia Catlett are the only people she has mentioned your names more than twice. So
nice.
She loves you, Paul. She really made a great connection with you, man. And I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, man.
Father Freight.
That's kind of crazy with your auto tune on.
Is that a thing? Do you have auto tune on? I was like, dude, your internet sucks.
No,
he started doing that zombie twitch when he moves too fast.
No, I got this fucking mixing board thing, dude. It's all weird. I didn't have time to test it out. So whatever.
Yeah, same thing as everybody else. Fucking, you guys rock. Josh is cool as fuck too. The other Josh, appreciate y'all putting up with the fires. Wild times, learning experiences, and it's only fucking year one. So
whoop whoop.
Hopefully we'll see y'all at F3, and yeah.
We'll be there.
We'll be there.
I know.
Yeah, we're trying to make it happen, bro. We're trying to make it happen.
I'm telling you, like, I will show up for at least one fucking night, even if I don't get a ticket. That's too close.
I got a couch.
Can't not show up.
You have a couch, but I'm on that couch.
You guys can share the couch with your girl pants.
Bro, hey, Charles, pictures, please. Pictures, please.
Father Freight and Paul and girl pants.
Hey, man, I haven't cuddled anybody in a long time. So, yeah.
There goes all the church memes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Oh, man, I can't make the jokes. I can't do it. I can't make those jokes right now.
You can make them on here. You just make sure you don't share it to your network.
Yeah, I can't make the jokes.
He knows better.
I can't make the jokes because I'm too old to make jokes like that.
Yeah.
Fucking how many
what jokes? There's no jokes to be made.
Do not bait him. Do not tempt him.
No, if you missed it, you missed it. All right. Love you guys.
Love you too, Paul. Be good. Hey, before we chop out this piece, we're giving you some final love to our sponsor, Freight Ninja. Hey, drivers, you're out there. We know parking is scarce, and you need your place is going to be secure, whether it be for 1 truck, 2 truck, 3 truck, 50 truck, 1 night, 2 night, 3 night, 30 nights. You let us know. You go to freightninja.com or call that number rolling across the bottom of your screen. Make sure you use that code on the bottom of the screen as well, Lounge Ninja. Get yourself some special rates when you go and book that truck parking. Freight Ninja. Hell yeah, bro. This is it's a fire show, dude. This is so fun, Hunter. I'm so glad we did this again.
Hell yeah.
Fucking hey, dude. I love Father Freight, bro. Oh, I'm serious. You've got to get cameraman Joe to do a photo shoot with you, man. I'm serious. I don't know how you're gonna figure it out, but you have to get cameraman Joe to do a photo shoot.
Oh, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we are. You're lucky I don't have his fucking phone number. I would tell him, hey, you just take pictures of Hunter's dumbass when he ain't looking.
Yeah, people wear this all the fucking time, but
well, I don't know if he's there half the damn time he's there with you, dude.
No, he's got his own fucking place across the street now.
Across the street. Listen to you, motherfucker. All right, hey, we appreciate everyone tuning in for the second annual Logistics Lounge Halloween Special. Happy Lounge-O-Ween. Tomorrow, hey, just want to put this public service announcement out there. Tomorrow, everybody, please be vigilant. Be aware, pay attention to your dang surroundings. There are going to be families out there. There's going to be people on the road, folks walking around in areas, doing trick-or-treating. Just be mindful, just think to yourself that there may be children and families out there when you're out there on the roads, whether it be in a big truck or a car. And, hey, we hope everyone has a happy and safe Halloween. We will catch everyone Friday. We have an amazing show lined up for Friday. We have 2 recent graduates out of college with logistics degrees. We are going to pair them up with veterans in the logistics industry. We got Mr. Jeff Dickinson, Mr. John Brewer, Mr. Dot, which is Stephen Tittle, and I don't know. We got 3 or 4 or 5 people going to come on. We're going to have a little cool little round table, spit some game to some new folks in the industry. And Mr. Hound, Father Freight, before I chop off, do you have anything you want to say? I know you're a city piece, but anything else come to mind?
See you on Friday.
Fucking A. That's what I say. Hunter, just make sure that you hit the right video.
I don't know which one it is.
I'll hit it. That's fine. That's fine. Here we go. Technical difficulties. As I always say, chunk them deuces. Everyone have yourself a wonderful rest of your Wednesday evening.